Boy, I tell you what, and Brands, that is funny. Bands 415, Kansas City Queefs. Listen, first thing people do is a lot of the Jimmy guys are still at it with even more stuff. Had we had Tom Brady, that would have been us. Listen, look at Tom Brady's crew. I got Mike Evans. I got AB. I go, what's that slot corner? I got Fournette. I got Jones. I got Gronk. Tom comes to San Francisco. He's got a formidable unit, but they're all injured. You mean to tell me you truly believe that's all Tom Brady would have needed to come over and work with, let's see, who do we have left by the end of the season? No George Kittle. Well, you got like George Kittle last couple of games. You know what, though? He might have been able to get us to the playoffs as a wild card, as they did with the Nick Mullins could have also got us to the wild card. He just could have won one of those games. Don't tell me that Brady comes in and does a job with what we had as far as the injuries go last year. That's just not humanly possible. The reason I say that, Brady had a team like that before he left New England the year before, when they did not make the playoffs. Brady had an average to sucky team that year. What happened? All right? And another thing is, if the refs call like they called today last year, we win and it's going away. It's not even close. You figure the 49ers endured into the fourth quarter with a 10-point lead with the last few minutes not getting any calls. They went all day, didn't call one holding call on the 49ers defense all game long. I mean on the Chiefs holding the 49ers defense all game long. When I look at this, I say, and people still say, we had Tom Brady. If you had Tom Brady, what? If he had all the injuries the 49ers had this year, we did the same thing and worse. And if we would have got those calls that Brady got today and his guys, we would have won probably by about the same margin. So, it's fine. I am amused by, though? It has been brought into light that if the Chiefs are called for all the penalties they do, they don't win. Today was a classic example of that. And Mahomes is made to look average to pedestrian. Now, would you trade Tom Brady? I mean, if you're the Chiefs, would you trade for Tom Brady? See, this is what I'm saying. It's one of those. Anyway, I just want to. I knew it was coming, though. So I went over to Twitter and headed off. Look, man, before y'all start on Jimmy, look at this game and see what happened. Don't tell me that Brady does the same thing with the 49ers. We didn't have no weapons. That's all they got in Tampa Bay. But anyway, what I really want to talk about, you can get on that because you got to get on it anyway. The subject matter today, we can talk about it a little bit too. Because the game, we can talk about all game long or all day long too. But also, I want to point out something here. Our Hall of Fame safety and 49ers GM John Lynch appears confident that the organization will sign the players amongst their 40-plus free agents they will need to successfully compete in the upcoming 2021 season. What? Meanwhile, most Niner fans are eliminating the players they see as expendable, including cutting Jimmy Garoppolo should he refuse to restructure his salary, right? I'm a little perplexed by this. We'll be taking your phone calls and discuss why the 49ers seem comfortable with the projected salary cap along with the results of the Super Bowl. Hey, yesterday, as you know, John Lynch, as I mentioned, congratulations to Big John. He is in the Hall of Fame. Lynch received football's highest individual honor as he was chosen into the Pro Football Hall of Fame as part of the class of 2021. His formal induction into the Hall of Fame next summer will celebrate a storied 15-year playing career that included 9 Pro Bowl selections, 4 Associated Press All-Pro awards, a Super Bowl championship, and an inclusion in the Ring of Honor of 2 different NFL franchises. Lynch was also known as one of the hardest hitters in the NFL. NFL history for that. So congratulations to Big John. Also, the Niners signed Josh Rosen to a 2-year deal. Uh-oh. Okay, that means several things. First, that's it for CJ, and that's also it for Nick, I guess, because I still think they're gonna draft a quarterback early in this draft. So, and who knows what we have in Rosen? Let Kyle work with him. He's a sharp guy. Let's see how quick he can catch on. But hey, now also back to the salary cap though. NFL salary cap number following the season played mostly without fans in stadiums was always going to be an issue. We knew this. A number that tends to rise about 10 mil each year has more than likely to drop and cause salary cap crunches for a number of teams. And while the league and the NFL Players Association agreed on a $175 million cap floor, about $23 million below the $198.1 million cap in 2020. However, there could be some good news in the financial front for cash-strapped teams. The 49ers aren't quite cash-strapped, but they are low. NFL Network reporter Tom Pelissero tweeted yesterday, NFLPA DeMaurice Smith won't speculate on exactly where the 2021 salary cap might land, but he does add, we do have a $175 million floor. Do I think we will be above the floor? I think there's a decent chance we could be above the floor. Hey, man, the NFL knows, you do this, and you're going to have a lot of players aren't even going to have a job next year. You've got to put it somewhere reasonable. Well, here's the thing, though. Over the cap has the 49ers slated for $9,540,669. Notice I always do that, $669 in cap space or cap room if the cap comes in at $176 million. That means they'd be at least at $18,540,669 if the number lands at $185 million, just over $18 million in room. That isn't an astronomical figure, but it certainly gives them some needed additional flexibility. John Lynch in his season-ending press conference told reporters the team was working as though the salary cap number would come in at the floor, which is 175, as you know. Lynch said on January 4th in a video conference, quote, "We're operating under the premise of the floor, which is 175 mil. We felt like that was the best to operate off of, that kind of formula. Our plans off of that. If anything's on top, that's gravy for us." What? Really? There are enough ways to maneuver and manipulate the cap that by the time the dust settles, San Francisco should have enough space to fill out their roster relatively comfortably. However, if the number stays down around 175 million, it'll mean the 49ers have a few more tough financial decisions to make. How does that translate in your mind, fam? First thing a lot of us did was go after Jimmy G's salary, of course, and get rid of him. He is no longer affordable at his current salary, and according to some, isn't worth the money. But here's the thing: if the front office attitude is anything over 275 mil, is pure gravy. As they make no attempt to dump Garoppolo, should we relax along with John Lynch? Also today, let's go down the list and start seeing where the 49ers are going to be cutting fat. If you look at cap casualties, you know what? I just can't figure this one out. What is John Lynch talking about? That's going to be interesting to see. I can't wait. Anyway, and hashtag bring home Frankie. Hey, no matter what you do from now on, hashtag bring home Frankie. We don't have any money, but I still want Frankie for the last year. That would be so awesome. Ah, man. I know, right? Jaime Alzaga, $500 million man. Now, everybody here says if a quarterback's getting paid X amount of dollars, he's supposed to carry a team no matter what. He's supposed to get it done. I've been trying to tell you that's horse crap. If you got a great defense, the quarterback's going down. That's all there is to it. And Mahomes got beat up today. Oh, did he get beat up? Man, let's get... That was scary. Big boys, got my big ring. Bring on 2021. Ronbo. Jimmy G's going to silence the haters. Niners all day, every day. Let's go. I agree. God, I can't wait till next year. There's going to be a lot of silence. Hey, let me put on my, oh, man. This happens to me every week when I do it after the game. That game was fun, though. I haven't laughed that hard all season. But nothing to laugh about during the season. Chiefs! Hey, anybody see Eddie Ramirez? I'm looking for Eddie Ramirez, man. Hey, Matt.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Matt, man, I'm looking at this John Lynch thing with the money. But Matt, your feeling on that Super Bowl, and how do you assess that? And I'm going from the example. If 49er fans, as 49er fans base, I wonder what Kansas City's going to be like if we won't tolerate Jimmy G missing a pass in the Super Bowl. What happens to Patrick Mahomes? He looked awful in that game, most of the game. They didn't even score a touchdown. Didn't get in the end zone one time. I don't know.
Yeah. As a Niner fan, I got one good thing about this Super Bowl, one bad thing. Good thing is they got exactly what they deserved. The freaking missed calls that were last year, they got back this year. They killed them this year.
I forgot. I want to find out how many yards did they get penalized. It was over 100, I know.
It was a lot. But the bad thing is, they call. Of course, they have to call them this year. Why don't you call them last year? But
wouldn't we have that? We would have been the champs defending, not Mahomes.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That's fine.
We'll get back there.
It's retribution, all right? It just exposes a truth that I really enjoy. I knew it. I got an argument with the Chiefs fans last year. They ran me off my Twitter account. Now, Chiefs fans, now you know what I'm talking about. You guys are good, but you ain't as good as you looked last year. Today was the real Chiefs Super Bowl.
Yep. Just proves, you need an offensive line. Mahomes had no offensive line that game, and he got slaughtered.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the way it works. I don't care what the quarterback is. If you got no protection, you're going down. That's the bottom line. And if your offensive line is no longer getting away with holding, now you're really in trouble. Didn't get into the end zone once. Nothing downfield. Nothing.
Right, exactly. And it could have happened last year. If they didn't call, last year they couldn't block us. They couldn't block us. Our D line, they couldn't block us. And if they didn't hold, it would have been exactly like tonight.
Mm-hmm. That helmet-to-helmet shot where they almost knocked Jimmy unconscious, no flag.
Yeah.
That sideline shot where they threw Jimmy up in the stands, no flag.
Yeah. Where Shanahan nearly threw on a ref for that.
So this year, a real ref crew comes out there, and what takes place this year is probably a mirror image of what was going to happen last year. That's fine. You know what? We got our team's young. They'll be back.
Yep. Get healthy. We'll be fine.
Yep. So, about this cap situation, though, what are you thinking? Because I'm wondering, who are you getting rid of? Who's going to be your cap casualties? John Lynch seems to already know. I have a feeling he already knows who he's getting rid of in a few weeks. Who do you think's going to leave?
Yeah.
You don't worry about the sign-ups, but who's leaving? Because when I look, guys like Flanagan, Foles, some of the lower echelon guys, I look at Kowalski T being probably the biggest cap hit. I doubt they resign him. I look at Solomon Thomas. I think Spoon gets re-signed if he comes back for a small enough number, and he probably will. The 49ers will probably think, Akello, if you actually demonstrate to us that you're worthy this year, we're going to give you this contract this year. We'll redo this next year. I got to think that's what he's going to get offered.
Yeah, I could see that. Solomon Thomas, he's not coming back. I don't think there's, unless he's really willing to take something.
We've got too many interior linemen that do just as well.
Kerry Hyder, I mean,
I really want him. I think he gets offered. I don't know what they'd offer and what he'd accept. That's the only thing. But Kerry Hyder needs to be opposite because he's proven he's an edge rusher. If we draft one, he's got to come in and prove it. Maybe he does, and maybe he doesn't. Maybe it takes another year to gel. It's a scary situation with Kerry Hyder.
He had a really good year this year.
Yeah, he did. And if he plays opposite Nick, and you figure
Ooh,
Kinlaw's going to
scary.
improve from last year, he'd be next to Kinlaw.
You know, Armstead
Put him back in the middle.
better. Right. Yeah.
Nick on the other side. And we're back to devastation.
Yep. Yeah. That'll be great. That'll be great.
We'll see. But who are your cap casualties?
Yeah.
I mean, did I leave anybody out? I mean, there's going to be probably a lot more. But who are you thinking? Trent Taylor? I got him as a cap casualty, too.
No, he's not coming back. There's no way.
I'm concerned about Kendrick. I don't know if he's going to accept. Richie James.
Yeah, I heard they want to re-sign him, but I don't know if they really want to re-sign Kendrick. I don't know.
And
Kendrick Bourne,
if he's going to come back, he better be back for a one-year contract. And Kendrick, let's work with us here because we don't have a lot of money. We know we got to do. Richie James.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do with Richie James?
I wouldn't mind trying to let them re-sign him. I think he's got some potential. I think he's showed flashes.
He did. He's a
Like
good
that
backup.
game against Green Bay, he looked really good.
Yeah, he'd be a good backup should something go wrong or something happen to Ayuk, right? He's kind of along that realm, just not as tough. Right? Oh, man, I just don't know.
I was yeah.
But those guys aren't getting paid a lot of money. That's the other thing. I'm wondering who are the big money guys. We got to think about that. Matt, we got to go, though. Let's see you tomorrow on Raw, okay?
All right.
All right, man.
All right.
Good night.
Good night, Ronbo.
Thanks. And marvelous. How about that, Ronbo? Awesome. Gary watching as a Niners fan. Can't wait for Jimmy G's big comeback. Can't wait for next year. Yeah, I know. I tell you. Well, the offseason, like Big Show pointed out a little while ago, the offseason is underway. Oh, God. I can't wait to watch SportsCenter afterward and all those other shows that we talk about. Patrick Mahomes came, but he did not see. He did not. TV. Hey, Jamie.
Okay,
Jamie, your feelings about Super Bowl 55, and give me some feeling about what is John Lynch? How is he so confident that he's got all the money he needs to keep the team comfortably set?
I think we're good. The only thing I'd worry about on that, if I was you, is Jimmy, because we got enough money to sign a lot of players, but if he's talking like we got a whole bunch of money, you know where that's coming from.
Well, Jimmy's probably going to get restructured. You know, if they really wanted to get another quarterback, wouldn't they went ahead and got Stafford? I mean, the Rams didn't offer them anything that the 49ers couldn't have beat, which is really interesting.
No, I was surfing around this morning and I seen something from Philly that says that
Carson
Schefter said
Wentz.
something like he expects Wentz to be gone within the next day or so. But I don't know to who.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't see him coming to San Francisco. Wentz, if the issue is getting hurt, Wentz gets hurt just as much as Jerry.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't know. Wentz has looked a lot different the last couple of years. People say it's because he didn't have his offense and things like that. But I doubt very seriously whether the 49ers are involved with Wentz. That makes sense. In that case, they should have went after Stafford, don't you think?
Well, you're right. It doesn't really make any sense because any of the struggles that G has, I mean, Wentz is looking the same way, if not worse.
And doesn't he get paid more than Jimmy? So
Yeah, he's got like 30 mil.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. No.
Yeah.
I
Well,
wouldn't bet
he's
on
younger. He's younger and he's more athletic, but the way he was playing, I mean, well, you know, he tore his ACL or MCL or whatever too, you know.
Yeah.
Him and Jimmy both tore their knee up, and then when they come back, they're not near the same player.
Well, Jimmy did go to the Super Bowl. He went to the Super Bowl after his tear. Wentz just went nowhere but downhill the whole time.
Well,
and again, Wentz is getting 30 mil. or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. Yeah, that's not going to bode well. He's going to come in and take a contract cut? I mean, I think Jimmy's probably going to take a contract cut.
Well, they would have to restructure Wentz because there's no way we would be paying him $30 million a year. That ain't gonna happen. But I don't think we're getting him anyway. I think they're just saying he's going somewhere because there's a lot of teams out there looking for quarterbacks. But like you say, we got that kid that we just re-upped for 2
Josh
years,
Rosen?
right?
Josh Rosen? Yeah.
Yeah. So we got Rosen, which is a solid backup for now, unless they can work him into being a starter.
And that's what they're going to be looking at, too.
Yeah, and then we got G for right now, and you say that he's acting like he's going to get a bunch of money, so maybe they got plans for G, and then they're like you and I both pretty much expect them to take a quarterback. Like in my head, if they don't take Mond in the second round before anybody else can swoop him up, like that would be ignorant. That would be almost as ignorant as missing on all the other quarterbacks they've missed on.
You know,
you
Kyle,
know what I'm saying?
But you know, one thing we got to understand. Kyle's got a style. You need to check a certain few boxes. Though unfortunately, the boxes Kyle likes are scary. But yeah.
Well, that kid can do everything. He can throw out of the pocket. He can change arm angles. He can run a little bit to get out of trouble. I mean, he's pretty solid all the way around. But I mean, he's got stuff to work on too. They all do. That's why they're rookies, you know.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to grab a quarterback like you think so too. So that's going to leave Rosen signed for 2 years and a rookie. So both of our backups are gone for sure. You're right.
Yeah. Looks like.
And Jimmy's up in the air. I think we're not going to have any movement on Jimmy until like after draft day, and then they're going to see where they're at, and maybe something they might ride with him or they might not.
Not they're going to ride with him, and I'm pretty sure I know why. They've rode with him this far, and Kyle knows if Jimmy fails, he's the kind of guy who's going to look at himself as a failure, and people need to understand that.
Yeah,
this is why they don't hesitate.
He just got rid of both of his backups too.
Yeah, see, that's why
he
doesn't
bait with him. So
yeah, but they're not. They don't have the potential Jimmy does. That's why I'm pretty sure.
No,
we're going to see Jimmy his second year. If Jimmy doesn't flash this year like Matt Ryan did in his second year, he's done. But they definitely want to see what Jimmy looks like this year.
When you were talking about holding, when you were on the in the fourth quarter there in the game, the whole time I was betting the horse races and just listening to you laugh. I wasn't even really watching. Yeah. So I look up and you know the only people that were holding was their defensive backs hold all the receivers like consistently every single time. Like they hold them all. And same with our guys last year. Our wide receivers couldn't get open.
Oh yeah, and did you see the chokehold of one guy? It was identical. You could see the elbow and everything wrapped totally around the neck of the defender coming in, like they had Nick, and they flagged his ass. I said, see that? That's exactly the same call they missed last year. And 3rd and 16, and they completed it. Ooh.
Exactly. I remember exactly when you said that too. This was a lot later on, but I seen the guy run out, and Mahomes is scrambling on the left side. He's like 10 yards back on the left side of the field, and there's one lineman with him, and he grabs the defender right by the collar and yanks him and throws him straight to the ground right in front of the ref standing right there looking right at it. I can see his face staring right at him doing it.
Jamie,
no call.
I'm telling you, man, it's scary. Jamie, we're out of time. I'm going to see you tomorrow night on Raw, and I can't and take in all the shows. I want to see the analysts who painted Mahomes as the greatest thing since sliced bread. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Anyway, see you tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, I'll holler at you tomorrow. See if I can dig up some more news.
Looking forward. All right, fam. Have a good night.
All right, Ronbo. See ya.
And Road Ashley Music says 49ers don't owe Jimmy G any money, so why even talk reconstruction? Cut him and deal the first-round picks for Watson. It's worth it. And Watson makes $35,000 next year. Road Ashley, thanks for the contribution. What people have to figure is cost. The 49ers are out of cash now, and they do owe Jimmy a salary for next year, so they can restructure that. So yeah, he's not going to play for free no matter where he goes. Hey, Derek.
Oh, Rombo.
Derek.
I'm here, buddy.
Well, Derek, your feelings and observations on what happened in the Super Bowl. That wasn't anticipated.
Well,
It wasn't. It was supposed to be at least a battle. The Bucks owned the Chiefs.
Rombo, they're just like the Seahawks, and without the holding, they're just Russell Wilson. Just close your eyes, drop back 12 feet, 12 steps, throw it downfield, and maybe Tyreek will bail you out. Didn't happen, Rombo.
I noticed.
It was nice. Yeah, I mean, that's basically it. Hold them, and I'll throw it downfield. There was none of that, Rombo. They got exposed. Feels good, Rombo. We got a clean slate now.
Yeah.
On to the off season, Rombo.
We could be justified for what happened last year as the refs
Rombo.
actually called the game.
That's right. Let me tell you something, Rombo, because when I get off with you, I'm going to go kiss my wife on her forehead. I'm going to fluff my 49er pillow.
There you go.
I'm going to lay down, Rombo.
Yeah.
I'm going to lay down.
Yeah.
It's over. Man. No, Rombo, but really, guys, let's start talking about the O-line. I'm not sure I like the Josh Rosen. I said something to you during the broadcast about him being able to sling it. He can play, Rombo. He can actually play. I think
They're good at this.
he got bounced around the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when he was with the Cardinals, they had a tremendous amount of drops. He was throwing guys open. They were dropping the ball, Rob. I watched some of his highlight videos earlier today before I heard about him getting signed. He can throw. He can play. I don't know what the problem is.
Wrong system.
And he played that phenomenal game in college where he bailed his team out by it was 30 points they were down.
And he's a very sharp guy, too. That's the thing. And I know Kyle noticed that, and he's going to want that. You can't be an idiot in Kyle Shanahan's system. You've got to be able to comprehend and execute. And this is, he's a long
Now the only question is, what do we do with Jimmy? That's going to be a question, Robert. I'm a Jimmy guy. I like him a lot.
Jimmy,
I don't think he's ever gotten a fair shake, and somebody has to stand up for the quarterback.
He's going to compete.
I get everybody wanting him out, but that's my whole thing, Robert. I got to stand up for him.
No, he'll compete. He'll compete for that spot because Kyle's already invested too much time and effort into him. And Jimmy knows the system better than anybody else, not named Nick Mullins. Kyle
he's
Shanahan.
probably the best guy that knows the system at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, Matt Ryan, you could argue Matt Ryan, but he's not going anywhere. So
the thing is, in San Francisco.
Yeah.
So the thing is, next year, now you've got seasoned players around Jimmy pretty much from top to bottom now. George, Debo, Ayuk. It's going to make a huge difference, and this is what I'm counting on for him to see him blossom. And meanwhile, get Rosen up to speed as fast as you can. If Jimmy does indeed go down, and Rosen comes in, and Kyle works with him and gets him to be the quarterback he wants him to be, we're set. And Rosen can take that job.
Of course.
If,
I think
he can
do
take it
it
away
too,
from
Ronbo.
Jimmy.
Yeah. One last thing. Lee, Big Show, anybody else who's big on the draft, let's start talking O-line, guys, or edge rusher, cornerback. We need to do something with the edge rusher. I don't know if we're going to get another guy out of free agency, Ronbo, with the money situation, or if we're going to draft one. But D Ford's out, and we need to fix the O-line.
Oh, yeah.
Cornerback, so. Hey,
you got Hyder. How do you
everybody,
feel about Hyder, though? How do you feel about Hyder, though?
I really like him. I hope we re-sign him. He was consistent. He's got a motor like no other. And imagine him with Nick. He could keep up with Nick as far as pressure all game.
Yeah.
He did it.
I just want him to lose
Eric
a little.
Armstead was a no-show, but
Eric needs to be put back in the middle. Keep him off the edge. Him and Sullivan T got a real problem with that. But you know what? I want Kerry Hyder. If I can get the coach, if the coach can get him to lose, Kerry, take down about 10 pounds. You're a little heavy. If you're as fast as you are at that size, I want to know what you look like about 10 pounds lighter.
Man.
So
I don't. It may just be a situation where he doesn't want to sacrifice any power, Mike McGlinchey. right?
Could be.
I mean, it could be the same thing. Guys might be able to hold him off and grab him easier. That might be what it is. Why he likes the size. He's getting around the edge, Ronbo.
He was. And Derek, you know what you mean?
Yeah,
I can just see him now sitting in the facility cafeteria, and I could see. Let's see which coach will come over. I can see one of the coaches coming over and taking some food off of Kerry's plate and put it on Mike's.
Hey, Mike. All right, Ronbo, you guys keep this red and gold train rolling. Guys, it's a clean slate. Let's get to work.
It's indeed ready to go. All right, fam.
All right.
See you tomorrow, Derek.
All right. All right, Ronbo.
All right, fam. And Guerrero. Thanks, Guerrero. He says, now I can go to sleep and enjoy my night. I knew Mahomes, his not that great. The refs helped him get the win on our Niners. You know what, though? I don't know, Guerrero. I'm not ready to say anything bad about Mahomes yet. I do know that the Bucs defense was playing off the chart. I mean, they were on it on every snap, and the refs did not let Mahomes' patchwork offensive line get away with holding. That may have been the difference today. Mahomes was throwing ducks, missing receivers by miles. It was the worst I've ever seen him look. I think that had something to do with the pressure. Let's see what he looks like with his offensive line back and some other things in place. Hey, Steven!
Ronbo, how you doing?
Steven, doing great, man. I'm laughing. I'm so delighted. And last year, as everybody talked about how bad the 49ers were, and all game long, you look bad when you start crying about the refs like we were last year, at least like I was. And people don't give you no sympathy. And this year we got it proven, so proven. Steven, they got over 100 yards of penalty flags out there. That makes a difference.
You know what the greatest part about it? was, Ronbo?
What?
So we all know Tom Brady went to the Bucs with literally nobody, right? He went to the Bucs. It was him by himself. He asked Gronk. Gronk came. AB came and followed and stayed with Tom Brady on the condition that he behaved.
Yep.
In that game, he threw Gronk 2 TDs and AB 1 TD. So it's like it felt good. I was like, oh man, the 3 players that Evans showed up.
And Evans on one play, but it was a PI, but he wasn't really relevant. Yeah. And Fournette and Ronald Jones, the third, they did the rest.
They did, yeah.
And if I got Fournette and Jones, what a duo.
Ronbo, the Chiefs had no answer. All they had was 3 field goals and no answer. That's intense.
And no TDs.
I was like, no TDs. And that's never happened to Mahomes. And you know what? I'm glad because I don't see Eddie Ramirez's ass on this chat. So
Eddie, please come back. Eddie, come on, man.
I hope he does.
Allow us to have at you. Eddie Ramirez is sad. Boy, what a chicken peep. But he comes in and gives us grief. We're minding our own business, and there's Eddie Ramirez with his obnoxious little passages every few minutes, and now he hides out. He'll be back. He's an idiot. Watch, he'll be back. And when he does, we'll be waiting. Eddie, you come back, man. We're looking for you.
So let's get to the talk of the talk of tonight, Ronbo. So I
we're talking
about the topic was
wonder why John Lynch is so cool and calm about what's going to go up as far as signing players and signing them comfortably. I figure it's going to be letting a lot of people go to come up with enough Trent Williams money, and from there. But what are you thinking?
So this is what I'm thinking, Ronbo. So I think he's cutting weight, and that's why he's saying 175 over is gravy, because he's cutting weight on the team.
A lot.
And with him signing Josh Rosen, just put the nail in the coffin for both Beathard and Mullins.
Yep.
Because they've already openly stated that they're going for a QB in the draft. They've openly said it. And now that Josh Rosen's back and he's actually a solid secondary, Jimmy G not only is going to have competition on that, on his front end, but with the backup QB from the draft, it's just going to add more to the stakes. Easily. It's just going to add more to the stakes. And
it's insurance policy. If Jimmy does go down, They got plenty of. That's a first-round pick in Josh Rosen. I don't know how high they're going to pick when they pick this kid up out of the draft. He's going to require a little seasoning, but Rosen could be ready to go as early as week 9 or 10 as far as being able to run the plays and execute. Not maybe at the level we'd like to see, but he'll be ready.
Easily, and the best part about it is that Josh Rosen is a seasoned quarterback, so he knows what he's doing. He's been in the league for 3 years now. He's 23. He's real young. He's ready for it. He knows what's up. So, with that being said, this is who I see coming back next year in the line. It's a little bit of a far shot, but if it goes expected as I think it might, which means that we're cutting a lot of players, according to John Lynch saying that 175 is gravy for us, which kind of tells me a lot of people are going to be gone.
You got 40 guys.
So,
how many are you keeping? Because you got it. Somebody said it's going to be around 15 guys will be kept. The rest, could be by.
So I stopped at 9. Straight up. I don't see 15 coming back. I see 9 key players coming back. And I see. I'm going to go ahead and start from the bottom of the list.
All right.
And then the last 2, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I'm hoping it may be a fantasy or a far shot, but I'll go ahead and say them. So from the very bottom, I see K1 coming back. I see Ross Dwelly coming back.
Yeah.
I see DJ Jones coming back.
Yes.
Spoon, Jordan Reed, Kerry Hyder, KB, if he's willing to restructure.
And a small
or
team.
not restructure, but take a low contract. Juice, if he's willing to kind of accept any offer that they throw at him. And Trent Williams. So that's the only thing I'm saying.
You know what? You got a lot of money. That's if that's the way it goes. You do have a lot of money now.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the guys are already under contract. So you know what? That's probably near right.
Yeah, that's the way I was looking at it, because I was like, there's a lot of players that we signed for 1-year deals that didn't do a damn thing. And
I noticed you didn't put Richie James in the mix.
No, I didn't put Richie James. I wanted to, but you know what? I think we're kind of set. If we keep KB, if we keep everyone else, I think we could do without Richie James. That's just one less, tooth in the, in our jawline. I guess you could say one tooth in the Tiger's jaw. But, we gotta start looking for the draft. We could start looking towards, our practice squad for talent. If Kyle Shanahan doesn't see anything on the draft or anything worth, noting for the offensive line, start looking for everything.
And they signed. They signed Austin Walter, right? So that means
they signed
TC and Jed already told you what he feels about staying with the 49ers. It's going to be interesting to see. But let's get into this tomorrow, fam. This is going to be fun for the weeks ahead. So we got plenty to talk about as far as this goes. I'm going to see you tomorrow night on Raw, okay?
Oh, yeah. and before, people saying Tom Brady needed to come with the Niners. The only reason why Tom Brady won is because he had a good offensive line. That's what I'm going to end it on. That's all I need to be said.
Fantastic offensive line. All right, fam. Have a good night. Fantastic offensive line, outstanding run game, top-rated receivers. You can't lose. There's a lot of us that could have went out there and quarterbacked that team. Okay. Everybody around us continue to get better. We keep holding on to too many guys way too long. It's time to move on from Jimmy G. Boy, people on Jimmy G, they really think that's going to make it, that's going to help the team. Road Ashley Music, you guys need to get used to Jimmy, man. And you're going to love him next year. Promise you that. Hey, Niner Bot, here's another Jimmy, one of Jimmy's guys. This seems kind of rigged. Chiefs were the better team. Refs picked the winner like they did in the last Super Bowl. See, I've always worried about this. The refs could have called those calls last year. They didn't call them this year. 50 years, you could not let them win last year, right? Nigel!
What's up, Ronbo?
Nigel, man, I was sitting there watching that Super Bowl, man. My stomach is aching from laughing. I was really amused. Because I'm sitting there thinking, okay, you know what? Refs, screw you, you sons of... you guys could have called those calls last year. You refused to do it. This year, you're calling every last time you catch them. Every last time. You even called a couple of roughing the passer. Well, they never got to Tom Brady, so they couldn't call roughing the passer on him. They called roughing the passer on him, on the Bucks. But, man... Jimmy was nailed in that helmet-to-helmet shot. There's a photo on Google when the guy's got a chokehold on Jimmy while he's on the ground, no call. They throw him into the bleachers on one, no call. Those are 15-yard penalties every time. The holding call that allowed Tyreek Hill to make that game-swinging momentum catch. These are things that manipulate, the refs manipulate to determine outcomes. And it's scary to know that because it was almost done methodically. Who's going to win next year? Ask the refs, Nigel, because it ain't going to have a lot to do with the talent.
Yeah. There's a lot of similarities, it feels like, that we had with the Bucs last year. They basically dominated on the offensive line and the defensive line. Tom Brady had all day back there.
Didn't he?
Jimmy G had some good time back in the pocket for the first 3 quarters anyway, 3.5 quarters.
And he executed.
Before it just seemed like our guys were, our offensive line kind of gave out a little bit, especially on the run side of things. But the only thing that we didn't have on our side, like you were saying, is the refs. If they called plays last year, I think it would have looked a lot different.
Or similar to what you saw
called
today.
Penalties. Yeah.
100 yards, Nigel. Over 100 yards. And they had 80 of those yards before the half in penalties. What? That's the same Chiefs team we saw last year. What happened? Oh.
It's just like last year during the Super Bowl, Nick Bosa wasn't getting the sacks, but he was getting those pressures. He was making Mahomes uncomfortable. And it's just really funny to me that halfway into the fourth quarter, that all stopped, and then you start watching the replays and you can see he was getting held. I mean, there's just no way around it. The guy was getting held.
I'll never forget it.
It was crazy. But yeah, and I heard you were saying the same thing happened in this game. That got called, a guy from the Bucs, and even Tony Romo was up there saying, "Oh, that's kind of a vanilla call." I was like, the dude was literally in a rear naked choke, man. I mean, he had the guy in a freaking choke, bro. Like, what do you want? That's a hold. That should have been called for us,
Nigel. That's not legal.
So, yeah. So I'm in. I told you this last time I called, but I'm in the middle of Missouri, so I did not want the Chiefs to be winning, and I did not want to hear them tomorrow at work talking about how they got a second Super Bowl in a row and having to hear all this mess. And so
they got
so I did not want to hear that. I'm happy.
Nigel, you can't wait to get work tomorrow. I mean, I wish I could be with you tomorrow at work. Hey, Nigel, are these the guys you were talking about? Hey, you got not one TD, not one 4 quarters, and not one TD. What happened?
And I don't want to hear a single one of them say anything about any damn refs, man. Not a single word about the refs. Please don't say that.
And take it all in stride. Write it down. Say, okay, you guys, I'm recording this, all right? I'm going to play this back a little later, and I'm going to chop it up and send it back to you guys, all right? Last year, you didn't want to hear it from me. Now, I'm going to keep yours, and so we got something to talk about. You sons of... Boy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
I'm not going to bring anything up. I'm not going to hit any sore spots, but I just better not hear anything about no refs pulling no games or, for any other teams, because I got some words to say then. But moving on to the draft side of it, Ronbo, I think that, I think a lot of people want to move on from Jimmy. I was one of the people too, but, with Rosen coming back, I think it kind of just is telling, the front office is telling us that Jimmy's probably going to be back. And with me, it's more so the injury history and, worrying about him not being on the field more so than it is him not being able to play. I think he can play. I think he can be a serviceable quarterback. I'm not worried about that. I'm just worried about his injury history. But if he's going to be back, what I think we need to really focus on, and I've been kind of saying this in other calls that I've called in to you on, is that offensive line. I think that whether through the draft, through free agency, we have to bolster up that offensive line. And, we have to get that protection for him. That just, I mean, that's what the Bucks had. You know, they won the trenches
didn't Tom
on
look
both
comfortable
sides
back
of the
there?
ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we need. We need a good offensive line and a good defensive line, and that's what we need to bolster up.
Nigel, look for
whether
Alex
it's the
Mack.
draft or the free agency.
Look for Alex Mack to be one of the first guys Kyle calls in. I can see that conversation. Alex Mack, we're going to see. I think I predict 2 weeks from now, Alex Mack visiting the 49ers. Uh-oh, I knew it. I told you guys. If we get Alex Mack at center, Weston Richburg has got to be concerned. He's got to beat Mack out. And will he accept that?
Big time.
Yeah, he have to. One of them's going to get traded. But we're going to find out. Nigel, we're going to go. Let me see you tomorrow, because this is all we're going to talk about between now and draft night. We're going to talk about free agency first and what the 49ers are going to be able to afford to do. But I'll be looking for you tomorrow, okay?
All right, brother. Have a good rest of your night.
You too, Nigel. And enjoy those guys at work, too.
Oh, I will. Thanks, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right, fam. Night. And Rhode Island was got the BS, man. Saying Bucks line was that much better than our O-line. Give us Tom Brady with our O-line, and we're in the playoffs and winning. Rhode Island Music, thanks for your contribution. You're convinced of that. There's nothing I can be saying that's going to make any difference to you. I'm not going to agree with that. So, because we've seen Brady go down in a heap in the first quarter. They did make a mistake. Brady is not fast. He steps up. He got exposed against Aaron Rodgers and guys. Rodgers got exposed too. That's what's so funny. So, with a better defensive pass rush, maybe Brady doesn't have such a great day. There's Rudy. Ronbo, your luck is changing. Did you see how agile Gippy G looked illegally running on the field tonight? Maybe he's healthy after all. No, I didn't see Jimmy running on the field tonight. I got to go back and look again. I never saw that. And Rhoda actually also says Brady knows how to use his weapons better than even an old Tom Brady will be better than a young JG any day. Brady always does more with less. What happened to him the year before last? Okay. Anyway, hey, Jerry won.
What's up, Ronbo?
Jay,
What's
man,
going on, brother?
I'm laughing at this Super Bowl, and
I was too, Ronbo.
I honestly, I thought that the Bucks were in trouble, and was I wrong? The Bucks got an ass whooping. I know it's going to get an ass whooping. I thought they might lose, but not an ass whooping.
Yes, Chief got it. Listen, Rob, this is what my complaint is. All right. I'm excited that the Chiefs won. I knew the Chiefs gonna win. But where was the call last year? See, they've been doing this is what I'm talking about, Rob. They was holding the entire game last year. There was not one single call. Since Tom Brady's in the Super Bowl, they're calling it. See, this is what I'm talking about. Do your job, referee.
Please. That's all we ask.
Do your job.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Do your job.
They did the job today.
It's not one thing. It was not. Ronbo, they had 10 penalties for 110 yards.
Wait. What was the total on the day? I knew they had 80 yards in the first half.
10 penalties for 110 yards. This is what I'm saying, Ronbo. This is what I'm upset about.
And Jay, one thing though, I want to add to that though, Jay. After they start getting called for that, they stopped it. They stopped because they knew the refs were going to call it. They took advantage of it against the 49ers because they knew the refs weren't going to call it. But as soon as the refs started calling it, that's when the Bucks just ran off with it.
We had the game won. This is what I'm pissed about. I'm glad they got what they deserved because they was pulling this crap last year. And then we had to complain about it, be whiners, if you want to consider it, for the game, and now they pay attention. Why they didn't pay attention? Come on, man. This is what pisses me off about it. They say offensive line holds every play, and there was not one single play. Tell me anything about a person can run a 18-step drop, an 18-step drop, and not have a holding card, Ronbo. That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. That they screwed my team so bad where we didn't get our 6th championship.
That's such a good point. Because Mahomes was running around there. He's running all the way back to the opposite end of the field. And ain't nobody holding. Nobody's holding, ref.
No holding call. That's what I'm saying. Ain't no holding call. Tell me anybody that ran a 10-step drop.
He went further than that.
18 steps and not hard. That's what I'm saying. There's no such thing. You only got 3 seconds to throw the ball. And you telling me that this person can take an 18-step drop and throw the ball? Come on, man. That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Tom Brady was playing in the Super Bowl. They was calling the play. They was calling it as the game was being presented. And when the offensive line was holding or a defensive back was holding, they was calling it. But they weren't. Jimmy was getting mauled, getting hit in the face. They weren't calling jack nothing. This is what I'm saying, Robert. This is what got me so hyped about it, because, you know what I'm saying, I want my team to win the 6th Super Bowl, and we shouldn't have not let the officials dictate the game, and we did. And we had that game won because we didn't take the opportunity to, put them out of their misery.
You know what, though? What if they call that holding call on Nick? The Chiefs don't ever get that momentum going. That shot to Tyreek Hill got things going for him. That's what I'm saying.
Ronbo.
Yeah. And also the Chiefs you notice how the Chiefs start playing really badly after they realized the refs were going to call. Tyrann Mathieu took himself out of the game. He was so mad he couldn't even play no more. They start burning his ass up.
Because they was holding every dude. They were doing that. They were doing that with us. They weren't calling it. So that's what they were doing. They was holding every play. That's what I'm saying. And then what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. They took it to Kansas City. They respected them, but they took it to them. We respected them last year enough not to do our game plan last year. You know what I'm saying? When we seen that Debo was doing them jet sweeps and was gaining 10 yards of play, why did we not go to that? We were expecting them that much. That don't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? At the same time,
that's why you see that team today, the Kansas City Chiefs, had the 49ers not been injured this year, it would have been the same story. People think, well, because Tom Brady. No. 49ers would have mauled that team this year, especially if the refs would call it fair and square.
Yes.
But, fam, we got to go. Jay, we're going to talk about all this and the players and what's coming up with John Lynch for weeks. So, let me see you tomorrow, okay?
One thing I want to say, I want to give shout out to John Lynch for making the Hall of Fame. I wish, you know what I'm saying? I wish, our linebacker, Willis, would have made it, you know what I'm saying? But he didn't. So I want to give shout out to John Lynch for making it. You know what I'm saying?
And he deserved it, too. I had no idea he had that many accolades.
And Willis deserved it, too. You know what I'm saying? Even because Calvin Johnson didn't play no 10 years either. So, you know what I'm saying? Willis should have made it to the to the Pro Hall of Fame, but he will make it next year. And,
all right, Jay. We really got to go, though, because we're going over time. I'll see you tomorrow,
Ronbo. Thank you.
VJG fam. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
And Jesus.
What's up?
Oh! Jesus, man, was that
Let's
satisfying?
go,
I mean, what a
Ronbo, let's
rush!
go.
I mean, it was almost time to smoke a cigarette. That game was so good. You know what I'm saying? After the game, I loved
Yeah,
it.
you know what I'm saying,
The
Ronbo?
Chiefs
Let's
looked
go,
like
man. Let's go.
I mean, the Chiefs looked like ass out there. I loved it. And I knew it. I said, you know what? You call the game fair and don't allow the Chiefs the advantage of being able to hold people. All of a sudden, it's a different game, huh? Okay. And Mahomes, they're going to use the excuse, so get ready for it. Well, Patrick didn't have his offensive lineman, man. You 49ers, man, you guys are crap, man. You guys sucked last year, and you had all your team out there. Okay, see, excuses. You said it was excuses last year. Now, you got excuses, don't you? See? It works that way, don't it?
First things first, Ronbo, before we start chopping it up real quick, I'd like to give a shout out to Chad Garrison, my brother Eddie E, for Kobe, Josh 1, Harancho Flores, Tommy H, KYM, and all the homies in here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'd like to give a shout out to all my people in there. You know,
And
I'd like to give a shout out. I'd like to give a shout out to my son Eddie Ramirez.
Yes, I was getting ready to say, man.
Early.
Yes.
I had to put his ass to bed early. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here with his mom. You know what I'm saying? His mom's out here choking on
Tell her
some
I
bees,
said
like
hi.
the way how the Chiefs did tonight.
Yeah. Tell her Eddie's a
You know
good
what
boy.
I'm
We
saying?
like him. Tell him he can come back.
Patrick, my homeboy, be like, we're gonna run it back, scrubs. We're gonna run it back to you, scrubs.
Hey, this is not. It's as satisfying as what's a Hawks fan? What's his name? Joseph Smiley. We've not seen Joseph Smiley in weeks.
Oh, where's he at with his delusional ass?
And the testosterone boy, he's turned into in the boy of pink.
Seahawks right now here acting like a fool. So is Rudy. Oh, we got Matthew Stafford. We're gonna win it.
Wait.
You know what's funny?
It's
My brother
McVay
Eddie E.
showing no mercy. Stafford unleashed in LA. Yeah.
You know, my brother Eddie E called the Chiefs only scoring 9 points. If you guys go back to last video that you put, my brother predicted 109 Buccaneers scoring.
I saw that.
And the Chiefs
I read
only
that.
scoring 9 points.
I read that out during the game.
Let's run it back, scrubs. Let's run it back, scrubs. Patrick, my whole boy. We're going to run it back.
Well, you got
You
to
know what I'm saying?
understand.
I'm out here pop, Ronbo.
Yeah, but I didn't have my offensive line with me today, and it does make a difference if you play with guys you know every day. So we'll be back next
We
year.
didn't
We're
have
not done
Daniel
yet.
Kilgore.
Yeah.
Or we didn't have Eric Fisher. We didn't have none of our guys. Come on now. And the Super Bowl was rigged. Come on. Like, you guys are going to call the holding flag. You know?
Piggy. Yes, Curb. Yeah, I did it, Curb. Yeah, that's overrated. You probably did better than you should have did last year. This is what happened.
I scored 0 touchdowns. I scored 0 touchdowns. Andy Reid ate last year's Super Bowl ring because he thought it was an onion ring. I don't know what to say.
Well, hey,
You know what I'm
since we
saying?
didn't talk, let's talk to 49ers before we run out of time. Listen, all of a sudden, it's our time to start reducing salary. And as I mentioned, John Lynch seems awfully confident that he'll have adequate funds to sign everybody. Now, everybody's saying, well, that means Jimmy's gone. No, if they were going to get rid of Jimmy, they would have got rid of him. Or they got to get rid of him before. What's the deadline before you owe a lot of money? April. Well, you got another month. But they just signed Josh Rosen. So I think the 49ers are pretty much through with that quarterback position. I'm looking at how do you make it comfortable? Who are you getting rid of? Who are your cap casualties? Somebody just called in. Who was that said he's going to keep? He's got 9 guys he's keeping on the current roster, and everybody else is say la vie. What are you thinking?
I don't even know, man. I have to.
You got to look at it, don't you? I got to look at it too.
We have to look at it. You know, I don't want to start naming players and it backfiring on me.
I know that's it.
Well,
that's everybody's going to make mistakes,
no.
though.
I really want to keep Trent Williams. You know, that's my number one on that keep list.
Him and Terrell, him and Jarrett are probably they're probably the ones. Brett and Williams are probably priority 1 and 2, and K-Wan's got to be in there somewhere.
Yeah, you know, it's up to John Lynch
wanted to keep our pieces, our offensive line pieces, and some of the Super Bowl pieces, like we've been talking about the past couple of days.
You got to
So
save
it
some money
just
for
matters on
Alex Mack, though. I really think they're going to go hard after Alex
Mack
Mack.
and Trent Williams, bro. This line will be fired, man. Cut Richburg and cut D Ford.
Veterans.
I'm telling you, man. Our offensive line. No one will be able to compete with this offensive line. Hell no. If we get Alex Mack and we keep Trent Williams and we draft a rookie in the second round, Ronbo, I'm telling you. All right, my brother. Well, I'm going to let someone else get on a call, man. Thank you for having me on, Ronbo.
Always a pleasure, Jesus. All right. Talk to you tomorrow.
Thank you, Ronbo.
Yeah, you're right. You're all right, man. In fact, keep up the good work. We'll be looking for you in the chat. And if you ever see Eddie E, tell his mom it's okay. You can come back. We're okay.
All right, brother. Have a blessed night. Go Niners.
Night, Jesus. And Steven Hernandez. Are you Chiefs fans kicking themselves for that $500 million contract coming from? You know what's going to be funny? You know, every fan base has those folks who like to speak up on these things. I can't wait to see what people think about, because a lot of people don't have any patience. They don't give any breaks, no sympathy. You're getting paid this amount of money. We expect better. Thanks, Stephen. And JJ,
come on in, Jersey. Come on in, man. We're you talk about the failings of the Kansas City Chiefs, but people are gonna learn to trust me. It was just one of those days. But what are you thinking?
Oh, wow.
Hey, JJ, we deserve this day, I'm loving it.
This actually helps me look towards the offseason a lot happier.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
We went down and crashed. We didn't go bad. But JJ, you know what? We didn't go down as bad as the Chiefs did. I mean, at least we got into the end zone, and we had that game until the last few minutes of the fourth quarter. The Chiefs were never in this game. Ever. First quarter, maybe.
I have to say, Ronbo, I mean, Brady's a GOAT. I got to give it to him now. I can't hold back. There's no excuses anymore at all. I said before the game, the only thing he doesn't have on Montana at this point is a blowout, and he finally did it.
Yeah.
So,
he's got to beat some team to death. Well, wait, now he does. Kind of. Not as bad as that Chargers game, but still.
Not 10, not 55-10, but
no,
he
that's
finally
true.
did it.
That's true. I like Tom.
But
Yeah,
here's another Super Bowl with a non-mobile quarterback winning another Super Bowl.
It's about the offensive line.
Oh, my God.
And the receivers.
You know how many yards? 201 yards.
Wait, what?
Jimmy had 219 last year. He had 219 last year. Brady had 201 today.
Is that all Brady had to? He didn't have to throw for much, though, did he? He only had 201. I didn't even see that.
But no, Rumble, we need a movie quarterback. We need Watson.
A lot of people don't understand the science and mechanics behind football. They spotlight one player and think he makes all the difference in the world. I try to explain to people sometimes that seem awfully confused, but they still think it's all about the quarterback. And Mahomes getting paid $500 million, JJ. Did he make a difference today?
But no, he's mobile. He's mobile, Ronbo.
I know. And he's beat.
I can't stop. I gotta ride this shit home. It's like everybody wants Jimmy gone. The dumbest reasons I've ever heard. I love Will to death, but I can't believe the shit he's saying. I know you online, he's gonna bump in any second too.
It's a collective effort. You got to have your receivers. You got to have time to throw. Everything's got to be. Did you see those timing routes that Tom was hitting across the middle of the field? That comes from familiarity. He was hitting Gronk across the middle? Yeah. Yeah, those are.
It does look really familiar, don't it, Ronbo?
It does. He was going to his familiar guy. He's been knowing Gronk for 100 years, right? And him and Gronk took he took those guys down by themselves,
Oh my gosh. Jimmy's going to do next year, but I see nothing but going bad for him unless he wins the Super Bowl. This fan base is still going to chew his ass alive.
Yeah, they won't get a chance. Jimmy, in his second year, he's got adequate weapons now, adequate to maybe great weapons around him now. So I'm not worried about Jimmy. As long as he's got those weapons and he stays upright, he'll make them be quiet. No doubt about it.
Like the dude said earlier, some of the players you want to bring back, you got Brett. You can't leave Brett. you
gotta
bring him back.
Yeah.
That offensive line is really what you got to aim for. The offensive line.
Mm-hmm. I've already got my JJ. Who you got on your offensive line next year? I got Williams on the left side, Donaldson next to him. I got Alex Mack in the middle. Next to him, it doesn't matter. Right guard, I'll put Brunskill there. I have no problem with that. If McKivitz is ready, he can get there too. And on the crowded side, I know everybody hates him, but I think McGlinchey is. He only makes a couple of mistakes a game. Hopefully, it's not at the wrong time every week.
Now, some people think that School do it right on the right side, stopping Donald. The only thing is the last Rams game, the one we played last year, Jimmy got sacked 5 times. Even though we won the game, people forget that he got sacked 5 times.
It's too many times.
He got sacked this year too. I mean, and this year they didn't do it because they double teamed him.
Yep.
So don't think that School is the only one doing this by himself. I haven't seen anybody physically manhandle freaking Donald by himself, other than who's the dude we got rid of? Forgot his send him away, damn it. Forgot his name.
That used to deal with Aaron Donald?
You remember we even pointed it out. He was pushing the line. It was the last game of Mullins. He was pushing him around and Donald got up and started swinging on him.
Yeah. You're right. I gotta go back and look at that game. Hey, in the chat, who was that guy? You're right. But Brunskill does a good job on him too, which is really interesting. I mean, because you had Grant Cohn.
Garnett. There you go.
Oh yeah. We're gonna see. Aaron Donald still had 13.5 sacks this year, so. We gotta go, JJ. All right, let me see you tomorrow. It's gonna be a fun time for me building this team, see what's coming in, who's leaving. So, great to hear from you, JJ.
All right, guys.
Give my best to those 2 little guys and my girl Chloe. No, not Chloe. No.
Come on, Ron. You know it.
I had it written down too because I keep getting your daughter and Jorge's daughter mixed up as far as the names go. Wait. Don't. Okay. Elite.
That's with the L.
It's not Lisa.
Leah. There you go.
I was close. It's Leah. Leah, forgive me. I got it written down too because I keep the 2 girls mixed up. They're both adorable. Love them. Give them my best too. All right, JJ. I'll see you tomorrow.
Don't sleep on Jimmy, y'all. I know you hate him, but
Jimmy's gonna get this. He's gonna get this straightened out next year. I look forward to it. All right, fam. Talk to you later. And hey, Russell.
Hey, what's up, big brother?
Russell, man, it's like Redemption Day, and we watched the Chiefs get spotlighted for the murder they got away with last year. Well, they didn't get away with this year. It's such a wonderful thing.
Hey, Ronbo.
No.
Ronbo, I want to say 2 things. First, love you all faithful, and second, my mom taught me. She raised me right. She told me. She said, unless you're willing to walk a mile in someone else's shoes, don't say nothing at all. So I want to say, Patrick Mahomes, boy, suck a fat taco, brother. You know what I mean? Fucking. Sorry.
Isn't he special?
Yeah, no, man. It was our chance to get a little comeback. You know what I mean? Like, normally I wouldn't talk crap, but you've been a real particular for acing our hole. So this was lovely just to see you squirm a little bit, brother.
Mm-hmm.
So, my homeboy, sorry, bro. But no, as far as everything else, everything's good, man. That was cool. I want to say, like, for any of you Brady haters out there, I apologize. I love my Niners, but I truly give Tom Brady, hats off, man. That was an excellent performance. And to be 43 doing what he loves, man,
Oh, no
that's
doubt
amazing.
about it.
So
He was excellent.
I thought that was awesome.
Yeah. But he went to his go-to guy. Gronk was just amazing today. They couldn't do a damn thing with him. And also that other tight end. They went 2 tight end set on these guys all day. If anybody learned anything today, you learn. Get big on those guys, and there's nothing they can do about it.
No, that's funny you say that, because I said the other day, the last thing in the draft I thought we think we need is another tight end after getting Kittle for long term. But I said, imagine Kittle and Pitts doing some weird kind of like wildcat back or something crazy like that.
Oh,
now you
God,
put
yes.
juice check somewhere, and I mean the world's the limit on what you can do, So that would be fun stuff, just for fun, But that's
don't
just
get me
me
started
being
on that
goofy
tight end.
thinking about like that.
Russ, I got him picked up in the first round. I said the other day, God almighty, look at this. You put him with George Kittle, and you 2 tight end sets from hell. Every team will be trying to figure out what to do about this.
There's some people say he's the best in the draft as far as freak nature. Like he's something special.
Mm-hmm. And you let him get together.
And
with
if it
Kyle.
came to us,
we'd have to get him at 12. I don't know. I know we need cornerbacks, but God, Jesus, can we? We can't get
I
him.
guess we gotta wait and see what we do with Sherm and Verrett. I hope we keep both of them, to be honest with you, and Kaywan as well. So we just gotta wait and see what's cracking.
Sherm's not coming back. He's already talking to Oakland. He knows he can't come back. But Verrett is a must.
Too much money.
Sign. Yeah, Sherman's not going to move his price. I'm Richard Sherman, right? I don't take cuts, y'all. That's Sherm. So okay, fine, Rich. Thanks, man. Good luck. Because he's not going to accept anything. Yeah.
This takes a lot of pride to say. When I sat there and he said, nobody does that to me, he's talking about Crabtree and stuff on that one, I was like, I hated Sherman more than anyone on this planet.
No, you didn't.
But as soon as he's been on my team, I have to say he's probably one of my favorite players, because there's no smarter, team dedicated, just amazing person. He's truly a good person, and he's very intelligent, and he's a good dude. I like Sherman, but I hated him when he was with Seattle, dude. I hated that dude.
He'd come in holding that turkey above his head, walking through the 49er fans, crowds. I mean, sure, man. You got a lot of nerve. You can get hurt seriously bad doing that kind of thing. Oh.
True story, Ronbo. No joke. I was living in Seattle, and I've told a couple of people this, on Facebook and shit like that. I said I was living in Seattle, and I was up there for about 5 years with me and my 3 boys and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And after that happened, I went into work as a mechanic, because that's what I do for a living. And people would have put a picture of Sherman and put Crabtree's favorite receiver, and they would tape it on my toolbox.
Oh.
And it was all fun and games. They were my friends, so they were just kind of getting a razz, But I to this day, that took a lot to be a Niner fan up there, man. I give those Niner fans up there credit, because those diehard fans, those 12 fans, they're gangster with they're mean, dude.
I heard about it.
I had a guy walk by me and say "F you, Californian" to my face as I'm walking down, shopping with my family. I was like, damn, you guys are hardcore,
Dude's got no class, man. I will tell you that there's no need for that. And also, I understand about the school system. Kids were at one point, I understand, if you weren't wearing a Hawks gear, or you came in there with any other school, they'd actually either take that off of your ass or send you home. I said, what? I said, no, you're making that up. No, that's serious. That's true. Whoa.
Wow.
We got
that's pretty crazy, but things are crazy, I believe you.
It's fandom. It's okay. It's just starting to wilt. But hey, Russ, we got to go. Let me see you tomorrow if you get a chance.
Yes, sir.
All right, fam. Good
All right,
stuff.
brother. Sounds good. Night, Mr. Rumbo. Good night, sir.
Night.
Bye.
Julian S., I want to see Grant Cohn versus Ronbo. No, I'm not going to fight with Grant. Grant believes in what he believes in. But Grant's very cool. He's not really abrasive. He just says the things he says, and we disagree. I don't think it'd be much of a show, though. I really don't, because I like Grant. I've known him we've been talking on Twitter for a long time. We don't have any animosity. Hey, John.
Hey, Ronbo.
John, just sit back here and briefly going over the game and looking at the 49ers cap situation. Looking at John Lynch saying things like anything over $175 million, it's pure gravy for us. So they got a plan already in place. And I just wondered, can you reflect upon what you think they're talking about? But what are you thinking, John?
First, to the Super Bowl, I don't like neither team. And then it's so funny for me to, root for Tom Brady because now he has a 7th ring. And he basically did not have an off season and with that team. And it really shows you that, Tom Brady, he's starting to slowly decline. He doesn't have the same arm strength that he used to have. Todd Bowles is probably one of the most underrated coaches in the NFL, So it really shows you.
Good point. Because Tom didn't do anything real special in that game. It was the Bucks defense.
And it really shows you when Patrick Mahomes has a real defense. Like when you play the Raiders twice a year, the Chargers twice a year, and Denver twice a year, you're going to sweep those teams. And even the Raiders and the Chargers beat them, and those two teams are going to make the playoffs. So it really shows you.
Yep.
It really shows you there's a way to defend Patrick Mahomes and that offense. So I'm happy that, they didn't win, eventually over time, we're going to see what Patrick Mahomes, we only have a few years, with him. But, if I had to predict something, which I'm not, we'll see what happens in the Kansas City situation. And then when it comes to, the salary cap, the NFL, they're starting to realize, a lot of our players want to get paid a fair value market, what they feel.
Yep.
So I think the NFL and the players union, I think this month before free agent, they're going to discuss what they're able to do. And I was watching NFL Network in the morning, and one of those little updates that they do in the top of the hour, they were saying that the price could go up to maybe 185. Because they're saying that, all right, so a lot of these players, not just San Francisco, are going to be like, all right, okay, I want to go to this team. Oh, they don't have the money. I want to go to this team. Oh, they don't have the money. So basically, a lot of these players, and now even the agents are going to start to realize. So when John Lynch says we have nothing to worry about, I believe that if that number is correct, 185, and then they're going to look at all the cheap options. And one thing that I don't want to say, because I've gone attached to Kendrick Bourne, I think he might be a casualty. I could be wrong, but the reason why I say that is because they have Richie James, and against the Green Bay game, he had an outstanding game. So when you have the Debo, Ayuk, Richie James could be a good solid number 3, and he's also fast, and that's what Cal likes. When it comes to the quarterback situation, I've been saying this, and I know I'm going to get a lot of heat from a lot of your viewers. Jimmy G's not going to go away, and here's the 2 reasons. Kyle Shanahan loves his word, familiarity, and he's basically going to say, all right, Jimmy Garoppolo, I'm going to ride with you for one more year. They're going to do what Kansas City did with Alex Smith. If he succeeds, and then in his following year succeeds, and then Josh Rosen, when he was in college, they had at the time a pro-style offense. That's why he was supposed to go number 1. And then Sam Darnold, they said, oh, who's going to go number 1? And then Baker Mayfield somehow jumped to number 1. When he went to Arizona, he didn't have a lot of weapons. That team was in disarray. He was the backup to Sam Bradford. He goes to Miami, and they're trading everybody away. So we've not seen Josh Rosen. I believe that Josh Rosen is way better than Nick Mullins and C.J. Beathard.
Oh, no
so
doubt.
I think when you look at the quarterback situation, we should not draft nobody. I do think that we may lose Nick Mullins because he's not going to play next year, and they're going to keep C.J. Beathard because Beathard has been there for 4 years.
Yeah.
So when you have these three quarterbacks, they could develop Josh Rosen. C.J. Beathard is going to be, competing for that number 2 with Josh, and Jimmy Garoppolo is basically going to fight for his life. He knows, all right, this offseason, the media is going to give me heat, but I have to, get stronger in my legs, and we're going to see what happens. So I'm not worried about what's going to happen. I do believe there's a lot of cheap options, and at the end of the day, I'm going to throw something out there. I think
John,
K'Wan Williams is gone.
I know you got a lot of great stuff. You always do. We're going to run too far over time, though. Can you put a bookmark right there, and let's get into that tomorrow, all right?
All right, Ronbo, thanks for having me on in your show.
Thanks, John.
Also, thank you for reading all of my, my shout-outs, 49er Ultimate Report. I want to remind the faithful, that's my channel. And at the end of the day, one fast thing, Patrick, my homeboy, screw you. Ha ha, you got what you was coming. That's it. Bye, Ronbo. 49ers.
Bye, John. It's always good to take a shot at my homeboy. He's such a jerk. Hey, Krusty!
Hey, what's going on?
Krusty, man, we just saw proof of what we were complaining about last year. When you start complaining about the refs, you don't get any love or sympathy from any other fans. Well, now the refs know what we were talking about. The Chiefs haven't changed since last year. They're the same Chiefs now as they were last year, and the refs turned a blind eye to all those antics last year, but not this year. We're calling everything. Okay, good, refs. You sons of bitches. That's fine. But anyway, what was your observations on that game? And also, Krusty, give me what is John Lynch thinking here when he says things like anything over 175 million is going to be gravy?
I agree with a lot of people. I think that the refs actually called the game, and if they would have called the same things last year, we would have won that Super Bowl.
Yep.
No questions asked.
Yep.
It's just crazy to sit there, and I was just watching it the whole time. I was like, that's the same crap that was freaking pulled against us last year. But they let it go.
Mm-hmm.
Why not this year? I think it's because they wanted to give Tom Brady a 7th Super Bowl. I think, if you think about it, the headlines of everything before, like last year was, oh, Andy Reid deserves a Super Bowl, and blah, 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 blah. Andy Reid won a Super Bowl. And before the season started, they were talking about Tampa Bay going and winning the Super Bowl. So it almost feels like this is almost like predetermined from the, it just kind of sucks. But, I'm happy Tampa won. I didn't want the Chiefs to win, and I'm glad that they got the stuff called that needed to be called today. But I didn't think they were going to get their ass beat that bad.
I mean, not one touchdown, Krusty. When's the last time the Chiefs didn't score not one touchdown? That was amazing. Right. And everybody's giving, you know what? You cannot give Tom all the credit. You got to give that defense 80% of the credit. That game goes to the defense. Tom threw for 201 yards? Right. I didn't even know that. The Bucs defense is tough. Ooh.
It was decent. It's a good defense, So there was a caller earlier that was talking about all the Bucs needed was Tom Brady and Gronk and Antonio Brown brought all the everything to the team, and there's the Bucs had a great team to begin with. You can't get they had Mike Evans, they had Chris Godwin, they had they had Shaq Barrett and Jason Pierre-Paul on defense. They have Sue, they have Vita Bay. They had a freaking amazing team to begin with. That's why when I was talking to people, I was like, Tampa Bay is going to beat Green Bay. They almost have a Pro Bowl team. Their team is almost a Pro Bowl team. Almost everybody's in the league talent on their team.
That's what I call them.
I wasn't surprised that they made it.
Yeah.
I was like, if they don't make it, I'll be surprised.
Yeah, that's a Pro Bowl team from top to bottom.
They got an amazing team. They built a team. The team was already built before Tom Brady got there. Mm-hmm. They just didn't have someone that threw 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions this year. That's the only reason.
That's right.
So,
I mean, we got to give Tom credit for being there, but he had a lot of great talents around him, and I mean a lot. Like you're mentioning, like I said, that's a Pro Bowl team.
Yeah, that's the best team that Tom Brady's ever quarterbacked.
Absolutely.
My personal opinion.
It is.
Because if you think about it, Tom Brady normally wins by 3 points every Super Bowl. He barely wins.
Mm-hmm.
It's never an offensive thing. It's always defense comes through and beats them, and Tom Brady barely beats them and whatnot. So
So congratulations,
And
Tom.
when you're talking about John Lynch,
Yeah.
I think John Lynch thinks everything's fine because of the type of year we had last year, the type of year we're coming in this year. There's no money nowhere. So John Lynch is going to sit there and be like, I'm going to give all you guys the veteran minimum. You guys prove yourself, and then next year you can go make your money. Because they're not going to be able to get money nowhere.
Anywhere.
So everybody's going to come in and play for cheap. Even they might even get Trent Williams to sign a cheap 1-year deal this year and then pay him next year.
And backload it.
Everybody's going to have to sign a cheap this year.
And,
so,
and if you don't like it, go play for the Jags or the Jets and have fun with that.
Exactly. You want to play for a good team, stay around, you know?
You pretty much got to do that.
I think that, yeah, we do. So I'm not really worried. I think we'll probably get a lot of players back this year.
Yeah. The organization, everybody loves the 49ers who plays for them. They say nothing but good things. There's a lot of things going on there that are really enjoyable.
Right. You know, I'm hoping that everything goes good for us this next year. I hope Jimmy actually gets to go out and play with everybody that we were talking about all this off season, and I'm wondering who we're going to pick up in the draft. I'm thinking we're going to go offensive line. You know,
I know.
That's my personal opinion. I think we should get a good established defensive end veteran to play on the defensive end this year, and pick up another defensive end next year in the draft, or pick one up this year. You know, but if Trent's asking for too much money, we got to let him walk. We can't pay him, you know. And if we have to let him walk, then we pick up that's where we got to go in the first round, is go left tackle. If we can't retain Trent Williams. That's
Wouldn't
my
that be
personal
crazy? Chris, we got to go.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, I'll look for you tomorrow. It's good to hear you back again because you missed a while. So, you know, good stuff. All right, Krusty.
All right.
Appreciate you, fam.
All right.
Night. And there's JJ says a mobile quarterback got whooped by a statue again. Gonzo.
Yo, Ronbo.
Gonzo, come on in, man.
Ronbo, how you feeling, man?
Oh, man, I'm feeling delighted, man. I'm laughing at the $500 million man. You know, people cry about Jimmy's salary and losing the game. I wonder how the Kansas City Chiefs fans are feeling about their $500 million man.
Oh yeah. No, they're gonna be crying. They're gonna be depressed for a while. This is gonna hurt. No touchdown, huh? No touchdown.
Not one.
Freaking field goals, not one, huh? Man. Well, I do gotta say this though. I mean, this was a good win. If you're from the Bay Area, like you must be feeling excited. Like you must be happy. You must be feeling like everything in the world just because you know Tom Brady. He's from here. So you must be feeling like the most excited right now for Tom Brady. You know, and I give him that too. You know, Tom Brady. You know, him being a Niner fan, him being a Big Joe fan and everything. You know, I give it to him. You know, I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him for that. But you know, from a Niners fan's perspective, ha. Chiefs got Carr, but how does it feel now, you stupid Chiefs? How does it feel? Huh? You guys want to talk about all these fucking holds and everything, huh? You guys want to talk about that? How does it feel?
I gotta get some photos of flags and post it up on Chiefs websites.
Man,
my God! You guys, they took the laundry out on you today, huh? Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I do not want to hear it. I do not want to hear it. This and that. Oh, well, you guys just were complaining. No. It's the same thing that happened to us last year. It turned around and hit you guys right back in the ass. And look at what happened.
The only reason you can win is you got to use the refs to cheat for you. And we still almost got their asses. I mean, a few minutes to go in the fourth quarter, we endured all the refs' BS and still came that close to winning. What if the refs would have acted right during that game? It would have been the same as today's game, and maybe even worse.
It would have been the same. It would have been the same. Now going into this game, to be honest, I wasn't expecting the Bucs to actually beat them. Like I wouldn't even call it beating. They bullied them.
They did. I thought the Chiefs were going to win too. I ain't going to lie. I thought they were. I didn't know they were going to
thought,
ass
that's
handed
what I
to
thought
him
too.
like that.
I thought it was gonna be like a neck and neck type of thing, the back and forward type of thing. But no, they got bullied out there. I was like, that's tough.
I mean, they got outclassed from the first quarter to the fourth, and I didn't see that coming.
It was a good game. It was a good game, but now the season's over. Now it's a clean slate, and now like I can't wait till next year. It's gonna be really fun this coming up year. It's gonna be real fun to see how Jimmy performs this year. Hopefully he performs well, and
hopefully he stays healthy. He can play.
Hopefully he stays healthy.
Hopefully
he stays healthy. Yes,
upright.
hopefully he stays healthy. That is the main concern. Like hopefully he's able to stay healthy. And yeah, I mean, shoot, we'll see what happens, Ronbo. But I mean, this is honestly this Super Bowl felt good. Like I know we didn't go to the bowl, but it's good to see because the Chiefs, like the Bucs, they literally shut the Chiefs up. Like they shut them up today.
I think Patrick said something a little. Go ahead.
And Eddie Ramirez. This is I have a little message for you, buddy.
Yes, please give it to him.
Man, Eddie Ramirez, man. Hopefully you got enough tissues over there. hopefully you got enough tissues and what's it called? Hopefully you ain't calling in, being all upset and everything. But yeah, Eddie, we told you so.
Bocanzo, the man is a Rams fan. Eddie's going to show up here next. He better not show up here anytime soon. Eddie is exposed. Oh, if he switches jerseys, if he still keeps the same name, Eddie Ramirez, we're ready. Eddie
we're ready for him.
Oh, man.
We are definitely ready for him.
Gonzo,
all right, Ronbo. Well,
see you tomorrow, man.
I'm gonna be heading out. I'll let someone else join the call. It was good talking to you. And
thanks.
Well, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what happens. I'll try to stop in for Monday Night Raw or something.
All right. Well, if you get a chance, look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Eddie Ramirez. Hopefully you're still crying, bro. Cause you got your ass beat. You'll continue to get your ass beat.
And that Gonzo. And Eddie, you had this coming, and we know you're watching. Hey, and Road Ashley Music, Bucs defense is legit. But what position do they truly upgrade to win a Super Bowl? You guessed it, quarterback. Road Ashley Music, what did Tom do? He threw for 201 yards. I think Jimmy threw more yards than that last year. Be fair, dude. If they would have called the holding calls last year, do you really think that Jimmy would have lost? Come on, man. Be serious. Hey, and this just in. Hey, Ron, actually, thanks for the contribution, man. Well, come give me a break, man. Yes. Justin?
What's going on, man? What's going on?
Laughing at the
I was
Chiefs.
kind of wrong. I was wrong. I'm gonna be fair about it. I was wrong. I thought it was gonna be a high scoring game. I was wrong.
It was.
I was wrong.
I think
wrong.
How many points did the Bucs score? 30?
31 to 9. Oh, man.
I just realized, Justin, they didn't even score double digits. And Rod Ashley's talking about the offense, the Chiefs' defense. I mean, the Chiefs' offense got shut down by the Bucs. In fact, if anybody wants to make a big deal about who was the champion of that game, Tom came in and did with his thing, but the defense deserves the credit for that game. They stopped Mahomes and kept the ball with Tom and his boys the whole game long. I got to find out how much time each side had. But, man, that was all about the defense.
Here's the thing. And Mahomes tried to do what he always did, was move around the pocket, throw these incredible throws, make the Sports Center highlights.
Yeah.
Like, how did Mahomes do it?
Yeah.
How did he do it? Like,
he didn't.
It blew up in his face. It blew up in his face. It blew up in his face. Today he realized that he can't get away with what he did all season. I think today was the realization moment. Like, hey, now people are starting to catch up on me to see how I play. He got the Lamar Jackson realization. Like, hey, my thing isn't working right now. I might need to change it up next year.
Yeah.
Because Lamar Jackson, when he first took over the league, he was running over people. He was like terrorizing the NFL. Like, you know, Mahomes and Patrick are different. Where Patrick won a Super Bowl, you know, with that BS holding penalty,
And
whatever
Patrick
it's called.
is a good quarterback. He can throw. But
No,
Lamar,
I'm not saying he's not.
I know what you're saying.
I'm not saying he's not.
But Lamar is not that good of a quarterback. He's a great runner, but I don't know if he's a good quarterback.
He's a good one. He's a good runner, but when he gets pressured, he panics. And he makes inaccurate throws where he throws like a pick six against the Buffalo, and then he's like, oh shit! It's like, damn, I just threw that ball, and you know,
and there's no
he'll
zip
still get
on his
he'll
passes.
still get praised because he's that good of a quarterback. But the fact is that he can't when you pressure him too much, he'll panic, and that's what happened today with Patrick. He panicked, made some terrible throws, and he got what was coming. So, you know, and this time, and everybody wants to say, oh, it was too many penalties. It was the right amount of penalties for what it was. The referees, I feel like, saw last year's game. Was like, that was way too many. There was too many calls that they got away with. We got to be on top of it. And that's what happened. They were on top of it. They made some
I bet you're right.
Questionable calls, of course. Questionable calls, of course.
They heard
you know?
what everybody was complaining about in Ninerville. You know, refs, you could make a call here and there. That's the best defense, one of the best defenses in the league, and you guys are going to call one holding penalty all day because they wanted to make sure the game was competitive. Well, look what you did. You gave them the damn game. That's fine. They got their ass handed to them today. And next year is going to be worse for them.
And Kansas City came back to earth. You know, Tyreek Hill been doing the peace sign all year long to his opponents. And like, peace. He got peaced out this year, and he got
that's
a 15-yard penalty, man.
That's what Winfield Jr. was doing. I didn't know what that was about. Remember, he got a flag for unsportsmanlike. Is that what that's about? The peace sign? That was hilarious.
Yep.
God, I didn't know that. That was.
Goes around, comes back around, man. And you know, right now, I'm not going to use the term that people are Twitter calling it because you couldn't look it up for yourself. You know, I'm not gonna ruffle those feathers. You feel me? But Brittany Matthews and Patrick Mahomes' mom is a little acting like a little. I'm not gonna say the word, you know, but
okay, yeah, no, you can't say anything bad about no moms, okay? But just we're out of time. You talk about my homeboy and Eddie Ramirez, but don't talk about Patrick's mom.
No. They're complaining on Twitter right now. They're complaining, and it's funny. It's hilarious. That's what I'm saying.
All right, I hear you. All right, Justin, we're gonna go. Let me look for you tomorrow, okay?
Yeah.
All right, fam.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, what a shit show.
Have a good night. All right, Justin. See you tomorrow. All right. And Juliet says, cornerback in first round, O-line in the second. I really can't imagine what the draft's going to be. We're going to be shocked, I got a feeling, in the first round of the draft this year. Carlos.
Ronbo.
Carlos.
That's me?
Carlos, you're up, man.
Can you hear me, Ronbo?
Hey, Carlos.
Yeah, my man. Ronbo, real quick. Can you switch my name to 12 Gauge Punk? That's me. That's my tag.
Oh, you're 12
Are
gauge?
you able to do that when I call?
Oh, 12 gauge Punk?
Yeah,
that's your new
me.
name? Okay.
No, I've been had it like that, but I don't know for some.
Oh, it's not coming through. Maybe it's not coming through your ID.
Like 3 years ago.
No, Gauge, Gauge.
What's that?
No, your name 12 Gauge Punk, like 12 gauge shotgun, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, your ID still says Carlos, so I guess But 12G, I'm gonna call you 12GP. Okay. What do you feel about that? How about that Super Bowl? Was that fun or what?
Oh, it was great, Ronbo. It was great. Let me tell you something, Ronbo. This, I feel, I'm like so happy because it proves my point. All right, I talked about it last time when I called. Right, this proves exactly my point. All right, and your point too. We don't need no elite quarterback. Jimmy G for Lee, I said it. He just haven't got there yet, right? Listen, it proved my point. Chiefs offensive line were not there. They were hurt, right? So they couldn't protect the best player in the league, right?
Yep.
The guy was running for his life.
Hell yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You hear me? Right?
I'm listening.
So this proves my point. You got other 49er channel, which this is embarrassing. Like, if you're a 49er fan and you watch these games, you will know Jimmy G is not the problem. This is so embarrassing. So you got other 49er channels talking about that we need a QB. We need an elite QB. Oh, we want Stafford. We want Watson. Oh, what's now? Now that Mahomes stocks drop, do we go for him now?
Yeah.
Like, it's stupid. That's a Grant Cohn too. It's another one. Jimmy G this. Come on, man. You're so pathetic. It's like you guys are really sounding like you don't know what you're talking about. All right? 2 quarterback out. How is it that Jimmy got hurt? How can you be mad at him? He was hurt. He came back. Do you the favor. Came back when he was not ready to come back and got hurt. All right? Nick Mullen, he was playing, instead of playing with a jockstrap, he was out there playing with Huggies. All right? He was out there shitting every after like 3 games. He was shitting on himself, thinking he was gonna get murdered out there. But the guy had no choice to go in and play to make a living.
Yeah.
All right. But the kid was under pressure all the time. That was the thing, and this is a perfect example. All right. You don't need an elite quarterback. Yes, you need somebody who can, who can.
But 12 GP. Here's the thing about Jimmy. He's only played 1 full season with Shanahan. People have decided Jimmy's not this, he's not that, he's not this, he's not that. They don't know what he is. He hasn't been out there long enough to show what he is. So that's why I say, what is that?
Exactly.
And
you cannot judge him. Like. Exactly. Yeah. And on top of that, he hasn't had enough weapons with enough experience for him, for them to really, be explosive and put up 30 to 40 points a game.
So,
you hear me?
Yeah. 12 GP, I think we're okay. I'm not sure what's going on here, but anyway, I think we just ran overtime. Let me see tomorrow, because this is a conversation I enjoy having. Well, eventually it's going to come out. Jimmy G is being judged way too soon and way too harshly. Well, it's going to come out next year. Let me see tomorrow, though. Give my best to the family, too, D and Owl.
All right. I'll do that. Ronbo, say hi, baby.
Hey.
She's waving.
Hi, Ronbo. Hey. All right, guys. Have a good night.
All right, Baba. Have a good night.
You too.
Come on, buddy.
Hey, Darren.
Come on. Go to bed.
Come on. Hey, what's up, Ronbo? How you doing?
Darren, I'm delighted, man. I didn't know it was going to be this bad. I thought the Chiefs were going to put up at least a fight. But a lot of truth came out in this game, and I knew it from last year. But, I didn't want to cry too hard about the refs. But they did actually determine the path of that game, and it came out like it did for that reason. But, Darren, that's okay. I'm satisfied because I knew what I was talking about. But what were your feelings on that Super Bowl? And tell me about why John Lynch is feeling so good about the cap.
I don't know. Well, as far as the Super Bowl, it's a little bittersweet for me because, me being a huge 49er fan, I still feel Joe Montana is the GOAT. I get it. Tom Brady's won more Super Bowls, but I just can't let that go. Like, so it's just one of those things where it's like, they try to compare, like, Joe Montana only got 4, Tom Brady got 7 now, but it's like, but he's 4 for 4. But he's 4 for 4. That's the end of the story. So that's, that kind of bothers me. But at the same time, but at the same time, I give Tom Brady credit when credit's due. So, as far as the salary cap, I don't really know how I feel about it. I want to see the numbers first, but it kind of, looking at our free agents, there's so many of them, and it's looking like, I don't even know. Is Kyle Juszczyk, is he a free agent as well?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, see that right there. I mean, I think somebody said it in the comments, and I totally agree. I don't know who said it, but I feel like, your team starts with the trenches. So I feel like our D-line is pretty much intact. I mean, DJ Jones, I know he's a free agent. I don't know what we're going to do with Solomon Thomas. D4, he's stealing money, so I don't know what's going on with that. But I feel like our D-line is pretty good. D-line, linebacker, and stuff like that. But, when our D-line was fully healthy, it made the whole defense play better. The defense
improve the
That's what it
linebacker
was.
position play, and then improve the
Secondary,
secondary, of course.
of course.
Emmanuel Mosley was looking like a Pro Bowler.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at it, an offensive line, it bothers me. And I look at the quarterback play, and I'm not going to lie, like I was all in on Stafford. I wanted him. He can make every throw. Ayuk is a deep threat, and I feel like Jimmy's going to have an issue hitting him deep on certain plays because, he throws some floaters sometimes. But at the same time, out of the three quarterbacks I want, as far as who I would like to have, as far as Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, and Zach Wilson, we don't have a chance to get those guys unless we trade up.
True.
And I'm not, and I'm looking at the team, and I'm just like, Deshaun Watson, you've seen the haul that Detroit Lions got for Stafford. I'm not willing to give up 4 years of first-round draft picks or whatever the case may be to get a Deshaun Watson.
At least 3. Yeah.
Well, you figure you have to get, you throw in Jimmy, you throw in number 12 this year, and you'll probably have to throw in a first next year and a first in 2 or 3 years or whatever the case may be to get Deshaun Watson. And I'm not feeling that, but I feel like, there's no quarterback out there who's on the trade block per se, Sam Darnold, Kirk Cousins, Carson Wentz, that's going to improve our team over Jimmy. Even though Carson Wentz has a nice arm, I think when he's healthy, he's a good quarterback, but he's injured just as much as Jimmy G is. So I feel like there's no reason to go and trade for him. Kirk Cousins, only thing he does better than me, he throws a better deep ball than Jimmy, and he's actually healthy.
And
he doesn't
never
miss
gets hurt.
games.
That is true about Kirk.
He never gets hurt. So that's Kirk. But at the same time, I feel like Jimmy G, I feel like you making that trade is just doing a trade just to make
making
one.
a trade.
It's not to really improve you.
Yeah.
It's not to really improve you. So I feel like we just roll with what we got, use number 12 to get that offensive line. And I think 2 callers before this made a good point. If we can't keep Trent Williams, offensive line got to be that first priority.
That would be.
We have to have that left tackle position. Otherwise, it's going to hurt our running game and our passing game. But if we can retain a Trent Williams and we get Alex Mack, like people were talking about, that's 2 great starters on the line, and then we can go maybe corner first round pick, and then go offensive line second round pick. So I feel like O-line and corner are our 2 biggest needs. So you look at everything.
Depth on that offensive line, even if you already got your starters.
Yeah,
in
we
place.
need offensive line bad. I mean, that's like I said. I don't know how much they're willing to spend. I don't know if Trent Williams is willing to give us a team friendly deal or not. He's gotten his money, and we're not too far away from a Super Bowl. I mean, we were there just last year. We get some key pieces healthy, and I think we're back in the ball game because I think now we have more offensive weapons.
Well,
you know what I
that's
mean?
the thing.
So
if they would have been healthy this year, they would have been right in the playoffs.
Yeah,
No doubt about
we
it.
have more
That's
offensive. Exactly,
way
more
too much
offensive weapons.
firepower.
I would like, and I agree with you. I think Trent Williams, K1, and Jason Verrett should be our main priorities. And I wouldn't mind even bringing in Jordan Reed back for another year because I think he was solid last year. When Kittle was out, and I think you line up Jordan Reed to be the second tight end behind George Kittle would still cause some mismatch problems.
No doubt
So I
about
feel
it.
like that would be a good. I feel like that'd be a good deal, but. And then with Sherman, I feel like he's not coming back, but I feel like he should humble himself a little bit because I would like him to come back and play like a free safety or something. Like what Rock Woodson and all that did.
Terry, we got to go though. We got a lot of folks tonight. It's getting late. I mean, we got to go. Terry, I'm glad to hear you back again. Let's give you a chance. Let's continue tomorrow.
Okay, I'll see if I can call you back tomorrow. All right,
so.
Ronbo, thank you so much,
Terry.
sir.
Great to hear from you. Have a good night.
All right, you have a good one. All right, go on.
Thanks. Hey. And Norm, it is
Niners all day. Even on Super Bowl Sundays, whether we in it or not, we in it. See what happened last year, the Niners were in the Super Bowl and they lost to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
This year, we had a longtime Niners fan go in there and summon the spirit of Joe Montana in him.
Yeah.
And in the dynasty that everybody was talking about. And now I see a lot of Chiefs fans, the ones that come in here and troll every week. Where y'all at? What's happening?
Can't find them.
What y'all up to?
I went to Twitter looking for them. I can't find them.
Are y'all clueless? Or are you still rolling with my homie? What's going on with y'all? I know what's going on with me. I'm looking at some free agents, some guys that won a Super Bowl ring. They finna be free agents this year.
Yep.
And with John Lynch talking about he feel comfortable with the cap we got.
Yeah.
I wonder if he feels comfortable enough to keep Jason Verrett.
He'd better be including Jason Verrett.
And getting
K1 too.
What do you think the Niners can get with Shaq Barrett, though, to get Shaq Barrett? Because that man is bossing right. That man was beasting out there.
Hey,
and to see a guy like that.
Is he an FA?
Yes, he's going to be a free agent after he just won this ring. He's a free agent. Stop playing with us. John Lynch, he was a Buccaneer. You just got put in the Hall of Fame with the same team. This is a good look. You feel me? In so many ways, in my eyes. We got John Lynch. You feel me? I seen the spirit of John Lynch in that Buccaneers defense tonight. You feel me? A lot of Ninerism just sprinkled all over the Super Bowl.
Just beat the
And then the Chiefs go out there and they're complaining, "Oh my God, the refs was cheating for it, and they cost us the game." You mean the same refs that helped y'all last year?
Yeah. Vinovich was at home crying. If I was there, this would not be happening.
My homeboy, all the Chiefs fans, come on, explain to us. We need an explanation. We need a powwow. You feel me? We need us Mama say, Mama sa, Mama kusa. And so we can talk to us, Kimusabi.
Yeah.
Y'all not tomahawking. Y'all not doing this no more.
Yeah.
What's this? Where y'all at?
No more. Talking major poop. Well, I can't find my homeboy Eddie Ramirez. I don't know why those guys, they come to visit us and they act like we're buddies, and then when it's time to talk, they leave. Okay.
And now I got another one for you Niners fans, right? Talking about look what happened to the mobile quarterback out there.
They'll never
Last
admit
touchdown he had in Tampa was at the airport. Okay? Then look at the quarterback that was just standing there with a good offensive line in front of him.
Makes a big difference.
Receiver. Who that look like, guys?
It looked like Jimmy's mentor.
Hey, it's like saying Mufasa and when Scar was ruling the pride. That's like saying Mufasa. Don't say that name. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, guys. I just want all the Niners fans to really just take notes. You feel me? So we can see what we really need out there. And I was taking notes. I'm thinking a good center like Alex Mack, a good defensive line like Shaq Barrett. I don't know if we got enough money for that, though.
No. You know, Alex Mack might not be expensive, but Barrett's going to be really expensive. But the market dictates a lot less money. Nobody has a lot of money. So, you know, you can say
or get somebody like that on the draft, though. Get a Shaq Barrett type DN on the draft. That'd be dope.
All right. We'll see what happens in the guy. We got a lot of picks, so we'll see what happens.
That's why we shouldn't give up no picks for no mobile quarterback so he could look like Patty Mahomes.
Yeah,
Biscuit.
I tell you what, Norm, you never had that to worry about. Kyle Shanahan's not going to put up with that. He's not. This is what people don't understand.
Not going to have our quarterback out there on the field looking like the chicken patty. You feel me?
Yeah, that's not his football. That's not what he wants you to do. Norm, let me see you tomorrow because I'm running out of gas here. I'm gonna see you tomorrow for Raw.
Charlie.
Hopefully you got a chance. You've been very faithful lately, so I'll be looking for you. Okay. I love the setup too. Norm laying on the sofa.
And regardless of what else y'all got to say, it's Niners all day.
It is. And all twice on Sunday. Night, Norm.
Yes, sir.
Night,
good night, Ronbo.
Night. Oh, God. Hey, Charles. Charles. All right. Let's go to the next one, please.
Hello?
Oh, there you are. Okay. Charles, come on and give it a little bit,
man. What's going on, Ronbo?
Oh, man, passing out here, but loving every minute of today. It's been a long day. But you know what? Doesn't matter because the Chiefs, who I thought was actually going to win that game, got an ass whooping. And that's all I needed to see today. And not only did they get an ass whooping, they got the ass handed to them. I was embarrassing. They looked awful. And if they're looking for excuses, well, my homeboy didn't have his offensive lineman. Well, hell, everybody else has them excuses too. But you know what? My homeboy's getting paid $500 million. He's supposed to beat everybody. But Charles, what are you thinking about that? And also, give me something about the game. But also, John Lynch is very comfortable, it seems, about the cap. He says anything over $175 million is gravy. How come?
Well, I'll answer your first question first. You know, he didn't have offensive linemen that he trusted to protect himself.
Mm-hmm.
And when you can't trust your offensive line, you see the problems that a lot of quarterbacks have in the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, his life, the team chemistry was wrecked in the NFC Championship game, and so it was a really bad situation for them. Eric Fisher went out, the left tackle, the right tackle went out. I mean, it was a really bad situation. I knew coming into this game, I knew that the Buccaneers had the advantage. I knew they were probably going to win by at least 2 touchdowns. They just didn't have the offensive line. And it's not that.
Okay, but what happened to the defensive line? I mean,
hold on.
Tom's uniform was clean as can be the whole game. They put no rush on.
And it's not just the and that's a testament to the Bucs offensive line. The Chris Jones, the one he was bragging on all loud and everything against 49ers last year. He didn't do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So, they got him in some childish penalties in the second quarter. I mean, it was really bad. So, I expected the Chiefs to lose this game.
Really? The betting odds was all on the Chiefs, but it's the way it went. I was impressed over the Bucs defense. I had no idea it was going to be that tough. But go ahead.
So the salary cap, I'm really happy that I know the NFL didn't make all the money they wanted to make this year, and so I was really concerned about what the salary cap would look like. But it's going to be a weird year. A lot of players are going to have to take less money than they wanted to. But, I really hope that San Francisco, gets really good quality players that can come in and, contribute and make next year exciting. And
keeping their own players is going to be the biggest obstacle.
Yeah. We're going to have a really easy schedule, I assume. And, I think Jimmy G, I think he's going to be effective because, because of that, I think because of the type of schedule. Because, I mean, he basically missed the whole year, really. I mean, when you miss 10 games at the end of the season, I mean, you basically missed the whole season. So he's gonna need to get, there's a whole lot that he's gonna need. It's just like he's going out with ACL, and I mean,
well, not as bad. He's had a full year, the Super Bowl year. So Jimmy probably would have came in. I think he was ready to dial it up this year. So he should be ready to hit the ground running and looking pretty good. It's not a lot to learn now. It's all about execution, repetition, and timing. I think he's ready. But Charles, listen,
with your wide receiver.
Yeah, and he's got them now. These are good wide receivers now. No plan.
All right, Ronbo, I'll let you go.
All right, Charles.
I'm going to try to time in tomorrow.
And be looking for you, too. All right? Because we'll,
okay. All right.
All right, fam.
Love you, Ronbo.
Yeah, love you back, fam. Have a good night, Charles.
All right.
And Bill told us yesterday what was going to happen. Bill!
Ronbo!
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna say something to those Chief fans. You can't say the game was throwing because you pulled the same stuff as you did last year.
and you were caught
work.
red-handed. They didn't have to throw that game. You gave it to them. Shut up. You took that game. You were exposed last year. You thought you could do it again this year.
Yeah. And the
And it
flags.
blew up in your face. And what you didn't count on is Bill Vinovich retiring from the NFL. Yes, you heard it right. I got some information from my family. Bill Vinovich retired before the Super Bowl. No more of that goofball.
Oh, they didn't anticipate
your
that.
Your go-to referee, your Super Bowl MVP referee, walked out on you on the game that you needed him the most. I love it.
And they sent legitimate refs in and lost the game.
And it was replaced by a female referee who did her job. She did her job.
Bill, and also, did you see Tyron over there arguing with her all the time? You know what Tyron's saying in the locker room, don't you? You know, that's why I don't think women should be involved on a man's game. Tyron, you know what? Them calls, any number of dudes would have called the same thing, Tyron. You can't hold people, man. We got away with it last year because Vinovich likes you.
Yeah. All right. And another thing. Okay. I did a little research. We signed Josh Rosen.
Yep.
I'm going to go ahead and say I have faith in that quarterback. Let's run with Jimmy. Let's see what he's got. If he gets hurt, Rose is going to take his place. We don't need to get a quarterback. What we need to do is build around our quarterbacks, the front seven. Let's make sure that our O-line is good, and let's make sure we got a good defense. And any holes that we have to release anybody.
That's it, Bill, because the offensive weapons are ready. Seasoned and ready.
Let's get some quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Right. So, and Josh Rosen to pick up quick. He made a comment. I was watching a highlight while I was waiting. Before he was drafted, he wants to break Tom Brady's ring record. So, he's going to be more devoted than ever. He ain't going to be wanting to sit on the sideline, of an injury. He's going to play just like Aaron Rodgers hurt. He's going to give it everything he's got. So, I'm happy with that. So, with everything's falling into place. As far as the defense, that's your one and done ring. They gift wrapped it to you last year. You ain't getting any more. That's it. One is all you got. Not two, not three, not four, not five, not six. One.
And Bill,
enjoy it.
And Bill, remember, as last year, you guys lost the Super Bowl. You guys got to have a bad year now. And they were right. Worst year I've seen the 49ers have in a long time. Okay, let's see what happens to the Chiefs.
But Ronbo, I'm not done yet.
Go ahead. We got 1 minute.
I want to see the 49ers and Chiefs next year in the Super Bowl, and this time we hold the Lombardi.
Yes.
And let's see, how it goes. Because let me tell you something. Any quarterback that's lost to Brady in the Super Bowl never recovers.
And now every defense in the league knows how to play, Patrick. You seen what they did. Todd Bowles, he had the perfect defense. Set back deep. Don't let him have nothing deep. And you got real aggressive linebackers. It was perfect. Hey, Bill, it's a great day to be a Niner fan. Even better if you're a Bucs fan. But this is fun stuff.
Right. I mean, we had to have it this way. It was no other way.
But we got to go, Bill. I'm going to see you tomorrow, okay?
But before you go, I want a 49er shout out. Say it with some joy, Ronbo.
What?
Mahomes lost.
I said, of course. Are you ready? It's kind of broken up with me laughing too hard during the game, though. I'll see if I can get it out there. Brady, big Niner fan from way back, taking Mahomes down.
And let's go get a ring that belongs to us next season.
Let's go. All right, Bill. You got it.
Bye, Niner fan.
Night. Oh, God. Ellis.
Ronbo.
Oh, so we're in here having fun about the Super Bowl, and wondering why John Lynch is so confident about the cap situation. But so, your thoughts on that?
How does it feel?
Awesome. And it felt good as early as the third quarter.
Yeah, shout out, hey. Yeah, shout out to those Kansas City Queefs, man. When you can't even put the ball in the end zone, you can only put 9 points on the board, and you just,
that's it.
It's all 10. Field goals. It's, that's a bad day in a regular season game, fellas. Not the damn Super Bowl. What the hell's going on? Not Tampa Bay. Not Super Bowl 55. What's happening? Hello? Are you awake? Smelling salt. Anybody? Yeah, man, Tyron, I'm glad to see Tyron, get his little ass trucked and ran over by his boy Leonard Fournette. Him dragging his ass around. And, it just felt good to see them get embarrassed like that because they really played us. And it's amazing how everybody in the NFL world could notice how bad the holding was and how many calls that they obviously got. It's the same calls we had last year, but we didn't get them. No. And so that was how big of a difference there was in the Super Bowl. It's insane. You know what I mean? And it was blatant. They've been doing that. And if you notice, you look at them, they're kind of small. They got a couple of bigger guys up front, but the Chiefs are really small. So I kind of felt like Tampa Bay was going to dominate this game anyway. Just, Did you? All in all, and it was Tom. You can't go against Tom, in this climate. So I'm glad, man, they got whooped on. Yeah, that was great. They took Tyreek Hill out of the game, and that was it. I mean, Travis Kelce was over there, pussyfooting around. He's figure skating across the field. You know what I mean? And getting laid out, not catching the ball.
And they hurt him a couple of times.
Yeah. They tried. I thought Mahomes was about to get out of there. I said, man, it's about time. He's looking a little shaky, baby.
He threw some nasty passes today, didn't he? I mean, some really passes. Bad.
Yeah. Well, you notice that the blitzes on the edge were getting them. So now everybody knows what to do to get to Patrick Mahomes and get to Andy Reid in that offense. They know how to shake them up a little bit. It was catching them off guard with those those stunt blitzes and having having the slot guy come in and, it was just really good execution by Tampa Bay. You know what I mean?
Perfect.
I'm excited for next year, though. Shout out to Tristan Wirfs. Tristan, if we would have drafted you, we could have probably went to the Super Bowl had we gotten maybe Tom or just had a healthier team and got us in there with, with our guy Jimmy, hopefully. But he got a damn ring in his first year as a rookie. You know what I mean? Shout out to him. He was in there starting playing his tail off to the young rookie. He played great, man, all year, man. So shout out to him. I think that was a miss, for us. We could have benefited, and we might not be having so much offensive line talk right now, but it is what it is. We can't do anything about that. We just gotta look towards the fact that we have a lot of great picks and that we're in a pretty good position. So hopefully this QB talk will be put to bed, man. But I don't know, Ronbo.
Ain't no QBs for 49ers. They don't. Kirk's not going anywhere. Green Bay is not trading Aaron. Also, Texans are not about to let what's his name leave. Stafford's already been traded. Ain't nobody going after Carson Wentz. People ought to know. Ain't no way in hell Kyle's gonna go get Carson Wentz. So Jimmy, they saw in Josh Rosen yesterday. It's over. We're not going to focus on what they got and concentrate and get us back to that Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm thinking 4 quarterbacks for camp, and then he'll cut one. You know what I'm saying? He'll come in and because we'll be drafting one. I just feel like he's going to draft at least one quarterback, and then if we got Josh, we got Nick already on the roster. CJ will be gone, and we'll have Jimmy.
You'll have 3. You'll have 3. They're going to draft one, Josh and Jimmy. I think Nick's out of here. He's his elbow, and CJ's probably going to get cut, especially if they draft
even
one.
Without the surgery. Okay, so then both of them will just cut out then, and we won't have to worry about it. Okay.
As soon as they sign Josh,
well, that's good because I heard some good things about Josh Rosen. I don't know, fam. We got to try to see, but anyway, man, I'm so glad to see those. I'm so glad to see those damn Chiefs lose. I know everybody else in here is. We are talking a gang of poo in the chat. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the Niner faithful. Thank you, Brother Ronbo, for the platform.
Thank you, Ellis. Appreciate
and, Monday night is going to get raw.
It sure is. I'll be looking for you too.
Yes, sir.
All right, fam.
Peace, family.
Hey, Josh.
Hey, Ronbo.
Hey, Josh. Well, Josh, we're laughing at the Chiefs at this hour, as you know, and we're also looking at the situation with Josh. Actually, our GM, our Hall of Fame safety GM, John Lynch, he seems to be laughing about the cap. What is so funny? I don't understand, John. You feel very confident, don't you? But touch upon the Super Bowl and tell us about what's going on with the 49ers' plans for the future of signing players. And as they say, keep us comfortably stocked. Really? Good. Okay. I like that. But how? What are you thinking?
Well, first off, I just want to give a shout out to my boys in the chat, Chad Garrison, 49er Empire, Kobe for life, all my boys in there. Much love. And shout out to you, Rombo. Thanks for putting on, the great shows that you put on. And it's always a blast,
Josh.
man.
Thanks, Josh. It's always my pleasure.
But my biggest thing is I am so happy. I know you are too. And Karma came back for the Chiefs.
Yes.
And I'm just going to put it out there right now. Patrick Mahomes is Aaron Rodgers 2.0. He's never going to make it to the big dance ever again. And he's going to be – it's already happening. He's doing the commercials like Aaron Rodgers. And Aaron Rodgers is a great quarterback.
It's outstanding.
If we were ever to get him, I would jump on it. But I'm still sticking with Jimmy. I feel like we can definitely win with Jimmy.
But we know
and I'm happy for John Lynch too.
With Mahomes, like they were talking
I'm happy
about.
for John Lynch for the Hall of Fame. He deserved it, and I think that's why he's thinking, the cap is nothing. He's on cloud 9 right now, and rightfully so. But I think they got everything under control. I think they're. I definitely feel like we need to get Barrett back. Keep him. He balled out for us. He showed up.
K1, Barrett, and Williams. Both Williams.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And Juice.
Trent Williams, I wasn't too thrilled about how he did stuff. I mean, he did good coming back after being off for, a year. But I just wasn't – I didn't see that much great football out of him. So I guess it was the rust, you could say. He's shaking off the rust.
Because he got a little better. After about 5 weeks, he didn't allow any more sacks, and pressures were like very few. It took him a while to get going. But after he got going,
it did.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. But, I think they're going to get Barrett back. I think they'll keep him. If they can keep Juice, that would be awesome. But I got a feeling Juice is going to want to go for the money, because he's not getting any younger.
Just got married.
Yeah. Yep. So, hopefully they keep KB too. But if they don't
too big
keep
a figure.
KB, I like KB. Yeah. But I think they're just going to they're going to beef up the O-line. I've been saying it for a couple of weeks now. They're going to fix the O-line. We got to fix our center. There's an issue with it. Our O-line was just horrible. And
injuries.
Proof tonight. If you have a bad O-line, doesn't matter what quarterback you are, whether
You're going to lose.
Aaron Rodgers, or Patrick Mahomes, you're going to get demolished. You're going to get hurt. He got hurt tonight.
Yep.
He's been injured for the past couple of weeks because his O-line has been falling off.
And they just beat him. They got him down on the ground. They had to call roughing the passer. I think they were down there punching and kicking him. See, that's what I'm saying. There's 2 guys that left. I didn't know who they were, but they must have meant more to what was going on than anybody even knew. So, just like anybody else,
I am so happy.
Got to have protection.
I'm happy. Yeah, absolutely. But I don't want to hold up the line, Ronbo. I know you got some other callers on, and so I'll call back in tomorrow if you're on tomorrow night.
I definitely will be back, well rested and ready to go. All right, thanks, Josh.
All right, Ronbo. Thank you.
See you tomorrow, fam. And it's Dre from San Francisco. Dre.
What up with you, Ronbo?
Dre, I'm just as happy. You know how in the summertime, if you ever been out to the countryside and you're seeing a hog laying up in that mud.
Yeah.
I'm feeling like that.
Yeah. Man, I ain't never watched a game with so much joy, and my team wasn't playing.
Same here. I was laughing. I was LMAO the whole game. I said, wait a minute. I thought
Man,
this was the mighty Mahomes. What's going on?
right. They had him running around like a pit bull was after his ass.
Oh, and it was Shaq Barrett.
Yeah, he wanted some ankles. He broke his toe. He had his mama and daddy and girlfriend crying on Twitter. I said,
I
I ain't
heard
never
about that.
seen. They call us. They
Drake,
say
what's
we wild
mom's?
too much.
But what's mom's name? I gotta see these tweets. I've heard about them since I've been sitting there. What was they crying about? They thought their son got mistreated.
They said they was told that he got hit. He was wrongfully mistreated all around that field. I believe he was too, but I don't think it was illegal. I think it was all fair play.
Jay, did you play ball in high school? I told my mom.
Oh, yes, most
my mom
definitely.
attended 1 or 2 games, and she was way too loud on the sideline. I asked my mom, "Can you not, Mom? Don't come to the game." Mama, you know I love you, Mama. Mom, don't come to the game no more, Mom. Please, Ma. My boys are
Please
all
don't come.
over me.
My mama used to try to run out to the middle of the field when they knock you down in Pee League and pick you up. I said, no, please stay at home. This is not for you. But I wanted to make a comment on the last caller. He made some valid points, and I was looking online while I was waiting on my turn, and I've seen that the 49ers have been making some moves on the defensive line and on the offensive line. They didn't sign a lot of players.
Go ahead, elaborate. I want to hear more. What?
Yeah, I was looking here online. It said that they signed, let's see, let me go back to it here. Let's see.
Is this something happened in the last 24 hours or so? Because I know they saw Austin
they're
Walter.
not speaking on that. I haven't heard anything either from the sources that I'll be looking through. And some said, just go look at it online and see what's going on, you know. And I looked and said that the 49ers have, let's see, Tom Compton.
No, we don't want him. No more Tom.
Line
Tom's got to go. Tom got beat up so bad last year. He's going to get cut. We got to get
they brought him back for a 1-year deal.
Workout. Oh, no. We got to get Alex Mack. They could have let Tom go and get Alex Mack.
But
Anyway,
what you call it? The center, he's not going to be back for a long time. He tore something from what I was
I know
hearing.
that.
And he won't
This is why
he won't be back to
Western Richmond. This is why they 49ers almost have to get Alex Mack, and give Western Richburg an injury settlement and say goodbye. We have to get Alex Mack and have Garland back.
My cousin is in Atlanta, and he's an insider for Atlanta Falcons, and he was telling me that a lot of players want to come play for Kyle.
Always.
From like the old linemen to the defense, to a lot of key players, and they're cleaning house after this season.
Falcons, yeah. They fired Dan Quinn, so they can start over now.
They're gonna use Matt Ryan as a bridge, and Deshaun Watson ain't going nowhere for the chat room. So please knock it off. I said, me personally, I would rather keep Jimmy over Deshaun, and I know they're gonna kill me and shame me for this. But
that's all right.
Jimmy is somebody that's already proven and did it with. Deshaun is just somebody who runs around the field and throws the ball off fancy, and we've seen what that gets you tonight. At the very ass whooping when somebody get after you.
You know, Mahomes dropped back 30, 40 feet, and he got caught back there a couple of times. See?
Yeah, right.
Drake,
and Jimmy move a little bit faster than Tom Brady, so I'm fine with that.
Plus, get rid of the ball. That's the thing. While you're running around, you could have got rid of. Get rid of the ball. Hey, Drake, we got to go, fam.
Made some amazing throws. All right, Ronbo. Shout out to everybody in the Niner faithful. Y'all stay safe and stay blessed. See you tomorrow.
All right, looking forward to it, Drake. Good stuff. We'll make some developments tomorrow. All right, fam. Night.
All right.
Oh, and there he is. Forget about it. Niner Mike.
Ronbo, what the hell? Hey, look, what's going on, Ronbo? Happy Super Sunday, Ronbo.
Yes, it was indeed. I'm delighted with
It
the
wa-
outcome. And yeah, Mike,
it sounds like you and all the other faithful out there, Ronbo. Sounds
of
like
course.
All right, that's all right. But listen, hey, I gotta tell you though. Let me say two things about this whole situation. All right. Number one is, I think they found all the flags that they lost from the Super Bowl from last year, Ronbo.
Yep.
They found them all in a closet somewhere, and then they threw them all on the friggin' field all tonight. That's what they did. They found all of them. Everyone. The mystery has been solved. All right,
Yes.
faithful. All you know, they found the missing flag.
Yes.
All right. And that was blatantly friggin' obvious. Listen, I was so friggin' pissed off, Ronbo. I can't even count how many joints I smoked in that friggin' game. Let me tell you, I was so mad. I was so friggin' mad at some of the real ticky-tack bullshit. I'm like, holy crap, man.
You have to appreciate it.
You know,
Yeah.
it was brutal to watch. But listen, I also want to say this, Ronbo. Did you see it? Did you notice it? Did you and any other faithful out there? Did any of you notice it?
What in particular?
You know what I'm talking about, Ronbo?
No, not yet.
I'm talking about what the hell would have happened to the Chiefs last year if we had a real friggin' quarterback out there, Ronbo? Did you see that? Did all of you see that out there? I want to know. All of you with the empty brain cells. Did you see what it looks like when you have a real friggin' quarterback out on that field? And listen, Ronbo, I got to tell you, I heard what you said earlier. You said, what did Tom Brady do? He only threw for 200 yards. Let me tell you what he didn't do, all right? He didn't friggin' miss Rob Gronkowski running across the middle of the field wide open all friggin' night long, all right, like Jimmy did with George, all right? He didn't miss any of that. And when he had to make the throws, he made all of them, Ronbo, all of them. They were all on the friggin' money. Every last one of them, Ronbo, they were all on the money when he had to throw the friggin' football. And look, here's another thing. You've seen it on the other side too. Listen, that throw that Pat Mahomes made when he was pretty much flying through the friggin' air like Superman, and he still threw that ball in a perfect spiral, and it hit the friggin' guy right in his helmet like a real dumbass, you know? I mean, and he just dropped it. Ronbo, my heart dropped for that kid. I mean, that would have been one of the most iconic, crazy passes I've ever seen completed in a football game, let alone the Super Bowl, Ronbo. I got to give credit where credit's due. So I don't want to hear anyone with the, what happened to the mobile quarterback and all that. Go freaking smack yourself. That kid, he played his ass off tonight, all right? And unfortunately, he got little to zero help from his teammates. I don't know how many drop balls, Ronbo. I know if our wide receivers would have dropped that many balls for Jimmy in the Super Bowl last year, I would have been sick to my friggin' stomach. But the reality of it is, they didn't even get as many friggin' balls as Patrick Mahomes delivered to them today in complete and utter distress. Okay? In complete and utter distress. Did you see Pat Mahomes or friggin' Tom Brady throw a friggin' lob pass up with their eyes closed? No! You didn't see that shit. You don't see that crap from franchise quarterbacks, okay? And here's another thing, Ronbo. I was going to ask you this tomorrow, but I'm going to go ahead and ask you tonight because tonight Mike is pumped up, all right?
I can see
I got to
that.
ask you this. What is it that you want, Ronbo? Do you want to just win the 6th ring, or do you want to get back to what the Niners were when we were competing year in and year out? What is it that you want? I want to know.
I want to see Jimmy next year. And I want to see the changes that are going to take place. And I want to see Mike say, yeah, Ronbo, you were right.
Okay, listen, all right. So what you're saying is, so you just answered the question without answering it, basically. What you're saying is you're just looking forward to next year. So you're just looking for the 6th ring. Is that what you're saying to me? So that way we're clear.
Of course.
Because Niner Mike is interested in seeing us compete for championships year in and year out, Ronbo. That's what I'm interested in. I want to see us back to where, I mean, listen, that's the only way you get back to back Super Bowls like that. I don't give a shit if the kid lost tonight. He was in back-to-back Super Bowls
in his third year as a starter, Ronbo.
He should have lost last year, Mike. He should have lost last year.
Look,
Mike,
you're right, Ronbo.
Mike, we got to go, though.
He should have lost, but here's the deal. He still would have made it to back-to-back Super Bowls.
No,
and he's only in his third
all that
year
laundry
as a
you were
starter.
talking about a minute ago, had it been delivered last year, we wouldn't have been losing that game, Mike. Mike, what we got?
You're absolutely right. Look, I'm not denying that, but the point is, you're missing the point. The point is that for the last 3 years.
Okay. Mike, we got to continue tomorrow because I can never get you to stop. We're over time, Mike. All right, Darius. I'm sorry to be. I don't want to do that to him, but I can't stop him. Darius, production's going to stop him if I don't. I tried to. Darius.
What's up, Ronbo?
Darius.
Ronbo,
Yo.
we smoking that Chiefs pack tonight, Ronbo. We smoking that Chiefs pack tonight. Ronbo, look at this. I'm reading like the comments right now. The Chiefs rigged. The refs love Brady. Not even can't beat the refs. Refs already given the game to Brady.
Oh.
Boo-hoo.
Oh.
Boo-hoo.
They've got a
Go
nerve.
cry some more. Go cry some more. Dumbass Chiefs fans.
God.
How does it feel? How does it feel? How does it feel?
Last
I was
year,
watching- I was
they
sitting there,
doubled
I was
and triple
sitting there.
team, and 5 and 6 guys were coming at me at once on Twitter. I was getting swamped because I said, Chiefs, you guys understand that had 3 or 4, 5, 6 calls been made, your offensive line is okay. But I had no way they were supposed to stop the 49ers defensive front all game long and not one call holding, not one.
Yeah, how does
you
the-
guys, you're
how does
49ers,
the
man. You
team-
guys
how
always
does the
great. You
team-
lost.
How does the team that led the NFL last year in holding calls not get a single holding call in the Super Bowl? Come on. But I don't care about that anymore. That was in the past. There's nothing you can do to change that. I'm just smoking that Chiefs pack tonight. I was sitting there watching the game with my family, and I had a smile on my face from the minute that field goal went in. I had a smile on my face. I mean, the Chiefs ever have a lead a game? Like, come on, like.
Oh, 3.
Oh man,
They scored the first 3, right?
I was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they were up 3-0. You're right. They were up 3-0. But after that, once I saw they were up 3-0 and they moved the camera and Tom Brady is just staring at the camera. I'm like, oh yeah, it's over now. It's over now. But I was just sitting there eating my chicken wings, just having a grand old time. I couldn't be any happier, really.
Not good either. This goes to show.
Yeah, but I don't know what Mike is talking about saying, like, if we had a good core. If this shows anything, it shows that if you have a good offensive line and a good defense, Tom Brady was he doing anything spectacular? No. Like, he was just giving what the defense was giving him. Like,
which is all you're supposed to do.
Was he sacked one time, Ronbo? One
Once.
time. I don't think so.
Once
He
in the
was
first
sitting
half.
there in that pocket.
They got him
He was sitting
once.
in that pocket, having a grand old time. This
Plenty
is
of
what, if you have a
protection.
good offensive line. Right.
Plenty of
And-
protection
and look
all
at the-
game long except for the one time. Otherwise,
And
Tom
the
had plenty of
exact-
time. Huh.
Right, exactly. And the exact opposite happened to what do you call this? To Mahomes. Mahomes, though. I
He
don't
was
like
on his
Mahomes
horse all
what he did
night.
to him last year, but I felt bad. I'm just like, and my dad just sitting there like, poor guy. The guy dancing and stuff, like he was running for his life, Ronbo. Running for his life. Then that just shows it shows the importance of offensive line.
You got to give your
We do
quarterback
not
time to
need
operate.
to get we could have Patrick. This is we can literally have Patrick Mahomes. If we do not have an offensive line, we're not winning shit, Ronbo. We're not winning shit.
That's
okay. And it's not like the Chiefs have bad receivers. So it's like you can have all the receivers. You can have all the receivers. You can have the quarterback. If you do not have an offensive line, you are not going to win
down.
jack shit.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and Darius, did you notice when he was looking downfield? I laughed because I said, Patrick, ain't the point of looking downfield. There he goes. You got 1.6 seconds to get rid of that ball. As soon as Tyreek Hill can't get downfield fast enough, Patrick gets on his horse. He's running back 14, 20 30-foot dropbacks, and then he'd run every now and then. I said, see, if this is going to be this case all game long, Patrick Mahomes is in trouble. Sure enough, that was the case. I knew it.
Yeah, but shout out to him though. He was getting like 9 times out of 10, he still got the ball out, which is like really impressive. But it doesn't matter though. You can get the ball out. You're not getting any yards. You know what I'm saying? Like you can.
Anybody who thinks that a quarterback can operate without an offensive line that's why when people start talking about Jimmy like that, that's just straight up hating. It has no validity to it whatsoever. But
yeah, just real quick before I go, because I know
we're gonna go because production's gonna cut you off. But listen, Darius, save that. Put a bookmark on it and see you tomorrow. All right.
All right, I'll catch you, man.
All right, Darius. Night. Hey, Tony.
Ronbo.
Tony, good to hear from you too. Tony, you're Tony
How are you,
Chainsaw,
brother?
right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I said that's got to be Tony. Tony, good to hear from you too. You saw my note in that mail yesterday, so
Yes, I did. Thank you for answering my email.
Yeah, because I really Jimmy G gets more unreasonable flack. You saw tonight what happens when you don't have a solid offensive line. I don't care who the hell you are, you're going down. And Brady had a great offensive line tonight, and he looked like, the greatest quarterback of all time. Why? He was under no stress. So when people call in and start attacking Jimmy again, I say, God, that's just hating. That's fine. But what did you think about that game, though?
I'm going to try and get all this in because the end part, I believe, is the most important. Quickly, Jimmy G got us to an 8-0 start last year. Nobody appreciates that. Kansas City Chiefs were exposed today. They were beaten by a 49ers fan in Tom Brady. And they thought they were going to do what they did to us last year and get away with it in the Super Bowl. The Bucks watched last year's Super Bowl and learnt how to contain Kermit the Frog for 3.5 quarters and just added to it to finish it off.
Yeah.
All right? So, suck shit, my homeboy. You're not as good as you thought you were. And if you want to hang something on their website, Ron, in 1981, there's a picture of Tom Brady at Candlestick with his mum at the famous game as a 49er fan at the famous game where
he was there.
of the catch. Yeah. And here's the part that I haven't seen who was on the sideline, but I hope to Christ that Andy Reid's son was not on that sideline during that Super Bowl because he's responsible for a car accident where a young girl at the age of 5 is fighting for her life in hospital.
I know. That's got to be sticking to him.
He admitted to police that he was intoxicated and on some sort of medication. So if he was allowed to be on that sideline while that poor little girl is fighting for her life, Kansas City, I hope you're proud of your organisation, mate. And my heart goes out to that family because I'm a dad as well, and like a lot of your callers are.
Can you imagine how hard that is to deal with? I'd be sick.
Yeah, and to be out there and for him to have the balls, like I said, I don't know whether he was out there, to even have the balls to attend that Super Bowl without thinking about that little girl. I wouldn't be able to go. I wouldn't be able to be there.
No. How do you live with that?
But sorry, I don't want to put a dampener on your show, Ronbo. But
no,
Jimmy
it's okay.
G, for people that want to go against Jimmy G, just quickly write down all the teams that he's beat. All right, just like Emilio said it the other night. Write down all the teams that Jimmy's beat, like Aaron Rodgers and Saints and all, and the quarterback they're going to bring into to play for us. Write down all the teams that he's beat. And like I said, Jimmy got us to an 8-0 start. And if you got no offensive line protecting him, like I've said, Brady in the past has had plenty of time to just walk around there. And these guys that run around the field like Mahomes and Lamar Jackson, The only reason why they're running is because they're under pressure.
I know. They'd rather not. They really would. You know?
Yeah. I mean, why are they running? If there's no pressure, why are they running? Ask yourself that question. It's a simple question. What are they running for? Because they've got nothing else better to do?
And Kyle does not like that kind of quarterback. And everybody's like, get us a mobile quarterback. Kyle doesn't want a mobile quarterback. He wants a guy that can sit there and orchestrate and get rid of the ball within 2.5 seconds. And now that he's got the receivers that can probably help get that done, you're going to see a different offense next year, Tony. I think this is the year.
Well, how do we know that it's Jimmy's fault? How do we know that the receiver's not getting to the hash mark?
Thank you.
When he's supposed to?
I've been trying to explain that to people. They don't want to hear it. They think it's all about Jimmy. As you guys don't understand Kyle's offense. If you did, you'd know there's more to it than just Jimmy's his part of the play. Those guys have got to hit spots. And here's something, Tony, because we had to go. When you see Nick Mullins do that INT, that was Nick knowing the playbook and his receiver not knowing the playbook. Nick threw to where the receiver was supposed to be, but he shouldn't have. And that's when you seen Jimmy eat the ball and get taken down to the dirt. Jimmy ate it, and the receiver was off his cue. This is why Kyle doesn't hate him as bad as the fans do. You know what? We got to get into that stuff in the days ahead, though. All right?
All right, brother.
All right, Tony. Great
Thank
to hear
you
from
once again, mate. And, talk to you next time. Try and call you tomorrow.
All right, fam. Looking forward. Looking forward. All right, bye-bye.
Thanks, man.
Bye. Hey, Chris.
Hey.
Chris, you got a speaker.
How's it going?
Is that your feedback? Chris, you need to shut a speaker off or something.
Hey.
Okay, hello.
You got it?
Sounds.
Yeah.
Oh, there it goes. All right. Yeah, Chris, come on in. We're talking about the Super Bowl and loving that, and as a matter of fact, John Lynch is very cool and calm about the salary cap situation. Your thoughts on that as well?
Well, all I gotta say, he's gotta have a plan because when he signed Trent Williams, nobody saw that coming.
True.
Nobody. So if he said he has a plan, I gotta give it to him. I gotta believe.
And we should relax, right?
You know.
I'm thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna be just saying those things.
Just yeah. I mean, just RELAX. You know. But exactly. I've been hearing some of the callers, man, and like I told you yesterday, man, when you can control the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
Like in the game today, it almost seemed like it was getting ready to turn when they stopped them at that goal line.
I know, right? I was worried about that point too. Momentum, that's how it usually turns.
Yeah, and like I said, when you control the line of scrimmage, every so once in a while, you'll get that big stop that you need. Either you'll convert that third, you'll stop them, or something will happen. You know, and that could have been an easy turning point. But Brady, you know, he just didn't have to lose the game. That's all he had to do. Just don't lose it. Because Brady playing in the Super Bowl, this is a regular game for him. This is his game.
no
this is a regular game for him.
No nerves. Yeah.
Nobody really thinks about that. This is still Super Bowl. You think this is something new to him?
He did get excited though when that last INT that the Chiefs threw. Brady was jumping up doing it. Brady, boy, he was screaming and hollering. You know,
yeah,
I loved it.
He was excited, man. But this ain't nothing new to him. He ain't doing nothing new.
Too many times.
But I'm gonna tell you, Ronbo. I'm gonna tell you like this, man. If you know, if we had a quarterback, I'm not saying Jimmy G is the answer, you know, or you know, he isn't. But I will say this much though. With that Deshaun Watson thing, if you play it out over 5 years, all of the quarterback talent, at least the majority of it, is in the AFC. Within 5 years, who is going to be the top-tier quarterback in the NFC within a 5-year stretch?
Oh, you don't know who's coming in. You
can't think of anybody. But they still gotta learn, and you know, there are very rare Justin Herberts. But right now, Josh Allen, Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, all those, Herbert, Burrow, they're all in the AFC.
True.
They are all in the AFC. But we got to have a good off season. I don't know which way we're going, but we got to get that offensive line together. You know, we have got to get that offensive line together.
And it makes all the difference in the world, too. It does. Because you saw Brady comfortably sitting back in that pocket today and taking his time. I mean, he could see the field very clearly. Chiefs look terrible.
Yeah. And they picked up, they found all the flags that they should have been calling on both.
Last
found
year.
all of them. They found all the flags on both. You know,
and like they was making up for it this year.
Yeah. I just really can't. I can't really explain it, man. I'm glad. I mean, I came close to the score because I said the Bucks was going to score 35, but I thought, Kansas City would do more than what they did. But they just,
didn't even score 10 points, Chris. Not even double digits. They got 9 points, all off of field goals. Who's seen that coming?
Not Patrick Mahomes. Not Patrick Mahomes. Nobody saw that coming. I mean, I enjoyed it.
I know I did.
All of the splendors that come with having a good day. You know, this was something to cherish.
Chris,
this was something to cherish.
And we get to enjoy this and get ready. And the 49ers got to get ready and let's go. Chris, let me see you tomorrow. Keep it close and short tonight. And see you tomorrow night for Raw. All right?
All right. Yeah, man. You take care. You have a good one.
Thanks, Chris. You too. All right.
All right.
And Emilio. 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 I will come back to Emilio, because I'm going to pass out on you, y'all. I ain't lying. I'm really dead meat right now. Alex. Wow.
Ronbo. 9
Alex.
points.
That's
9. You ever seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off? 9 times. 9 points.
I've seen that movie. That was my all-time one of my all-time faves. I always wanted to live that day and do that myself.
Oh, man. Bro.
But
it is
exactly what
such
happened.
Sweet tasting victory, even though we didn't play. It just, I don't know, like if the Chiefs won this year, it would just be a whole nother year of Chiefs fans running their mouths.
Yep.
So it is good.
Running up and
for them
down
to
the
be humble.
chat,
It
bothering
feels
everybody.
so good.
Yep. Now, we can't find a Chiefs fan, Alex. We've been summoning them. We sent a pager out. Eddie Ramirez, Patrick Mahomes made stuck his head in for a minute. A lot of these guys, not a word.
Silence.
Good.
Silence. But you know what? I will say, I got to say this. Patrick Mahomes was missing his 2 starting tackles this week in the Super Bowl. And those tackles had to go against JPP and Shaq Barrett. Those dudes are no joke, Ronbo.
I know it.
And if anything,
you mention that the other day?
If anything, you said what?
Didn't you mention that the other day?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
It came into fruition today.
The key.
God, Mahomes got beat up. Whew, man.
The best quarterback in the league, and he had no O-line. And look what happened. So, this is what I learned. O-line, the game's one in the trenches. Pass rush, pass protection.
You got to have it. See,
Got
Tom?
to, Ronbo.
Look at Tom. His uniform was just as clean at the end of the game as it was at the beginning. He hit the dirt one time. That's it.
Yep. But look, regarding tying this into Jimmy, Jimmy can make throws, but he also, and I think Jimmy Stan's got to kind of admit to this. Jimmy has missed wide open dudes at critical times, especially in the Super Bowl. So I'm kind of coming to terms with rolling with Jimmy, if that's the case. But we got to see a jump from him. We got to see him make the throws. But to do that, we got to invest in this offensive line. I like Alex Mack, but I want Corey Linsley, Ronbo. I think that we need to put serious money into this O-line and not just a cheap, quick fix.
Who's this guy you mentioned? What?
He's a center. He's a center for the. He's a center for the Packers. He's like the number one rated center in the whole entire league.
But you can't have both because this could be too much money. So one.
I'm not saying. No. I'm not saying. But I'm not saying both. I'm saying Linsley. I'm only saying Linsley.
No.
I'm saying Alex
That'd
Mack.
be fine.
He's good, but
and he knows the system too.
I would rather spend real money
similar?
into a real talent.
No, I agree.
Sorry, what were you
and
saying?
he plays a similar system too, so he wouldn't take so long to figure things out.
Right, exactly. That's for sure. So and you know what? I think if we get a center, all our problems are solved except for McGlinchey and signing Trent Williams. Like, sign Williams, sign Linsley, make that where your money is, and or where you spend your money. Maybe convince this dude Jimmy to take a pay cut. Maybe he'll take shave off $5 million or something for us. So take a book out of Brady's book.
But Alex, the way Lynch is talking, he has a plan. It must not be that serious. They might want to ask him to do that. But the way John Lynch is talking is he's got everything under control. We'll see.
We'll see, for sure. And you know what? I trust Lynch. That dude has a Super Bowl ring. He knows what it takes to win a Super Bowl. And Shanahan, I trust him. Shout out to my boy. I don't know if he listens, but my boy Jason Aponte, he has a hashtag called OnlyShan. So I just thought I'd give him a quick little shout out. But this feels so good, Ronbo, and especially in the fashion that they lost and they're all complaining about all the penalties, all the bad calls, all the no. I'm like, man, be real.
I better not catch a Chiefs fan doing that. I can't wait to get to Twitter.
It's popping off, Ronbo. It's popping off.
Alex, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna run out of gas in a second. But listen, let me see. Yeah,
no worries,
on Raw, okay?
Sounds good. I appreciate you, Ronbo. You have a good night, brother.
Thanks, Alex. Appreciate you.
All right.
See you tomorrow.
Later, man.
All right.
Yep. Peace.
Emilio. God, that's it for my throat. I got no more water. Emilio. Hey, Bethel.
Hey, what's up, Rumble?
Bethel, watching the Chiefs crash and burn. That was so much fun. I mean, they just got 9 points. Bethel, if anybody would have told me that would you bet against the Kansas City Chiefs getting any less than 10 or 15 points, I would have took that bet in a heartbeat, and I would have lost every last dollar. I did not see that coming.
Hey, Kansas City did have a MVP.
Yeah.
The kicker, because he's the only one that made points up in the board.
But they got Tyreek Hill, they got Hardeman, they got arguably one of the best tight ends in football history, and they scored.
And he didn't do shit.
I know. 9 points.
So,
woo!
I go. It's funny because you can see the class that the Chiefs have because.
Start fighting.
No, the thing is that we had a reason to complain because the referees did do us wrong. They didn't. At least if I would have lost, if that was my team would have lost, I would have said, okay, you know what, the Kansas City Chiefs beat us fair and square, and I give my hats off to them. They're the best team, and be humbled. That's it.
Yeah.
But you're crying like little babies. You don't have a reason to be crying. That's the funny part about it, that they do not have no reason to be crying. They should not be crying.
They had every chance.
I go like they say, payback is a beep.
Mm-hmm.
So what goes around comes around, and there you go. So,
that's good. And Bethel, somebody just said, no team has ever come back from a Brady beating to ever return to dominance. Uh-oh! And Bethel, everybody knows how to deal with Kansas City now. You see Todd Bowles' defense, you're going to see that a lot for Mahomes from now on. Let's see how they adjust to that.
But that's the thing that we were doing in the Super Bowl. We were keeping people high
and we're only giving them the download one.
Yeah, except that one play they got loose downfield with that 3rd and 16. And we had them deep in their own territory, I mean, way back. And they throw that Hail Mary shot that got away. God.
And the funny part about it is that Patrick Mahomes barely got touched in his head, and he's over here asking for a flag. I'm all like, hey, bro.
I know, right?
Where's our flag when Jimmy G got hit? Helmet, and nobody called it. Yeah.
Whoa.
And you're over here crying because they barely even touched you with a hand? Come on.
He's frustrated. First time I see Mahomes wasn't laughing and making jokes. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. So it's funny that how things ended, but hey, that's how it rolls. So but
see if they recover from that. And also, Bethel, you know how people cry about Jimmy G's contract? He's not worth $27 million. He's playing his second lose. Although his winning record's way better than his losing record. Mahomes getting paid $500 million. So if people are going to say it depends on how much money you get paid, whether you're allowed to lose or not, okay, now what?
Yeah. And it is true what they said about Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, if they would have had a good quarterback instead of throwing 30 interceptions, they probably would have got a lot further.
Yeah, they had a good. They got talent. They got plenty of talent.
No, and then plus, one thing that people should know, Tom Brady came to us. Tom Brady came, asking to play with us. But and then another thing is that the reason Tom Brady went to Tampa Bay also is because he told Tampa Bay that he wanted to put certain plays, he wanted certain things, and Kyle is not gonna want to do something like that. No, if he wants his quarterback, he wants his quarterback to do the way he wants it to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He's not going to want Tom Brady to put in what he did with Tampa Bay.
No.
So
Tom, Kyle believes in the system. That's why he has his quarterbacks to do what he does.
Yeah.
So, Bethel, let me see tomorrow. I'm gonna get off here in a second. Let me see tomorrow if you get a chance.
Right.
All right.
Good show, like always, Rumble.
Thanks, Bethel.
And I enjoy the Super Bowl because I was watching you, and I had a lot of fun watching you. So here's a Rumble Sport for Rumble. And
thanks, man.
Even you haters.
Yeah. Eddie Ramirez.
Where are you now?
Eddie.
Where are you now?
Yeah. Eddie, come on back, man.
All right. Good night, Rumble.
All right, Bethel. Night. Oh, God. If we see Eddie tomorrow, it's going to be a great... Boy, I'll tell you, I can't wait. Shay, come on, Shay.
What's up, Ronbo?
Shay, man, I just feel relieved, as I knew we were right last year. We said Kansas City was getting with complete murder. You give me some. Hey, what are your feelings on that game? And also, John Lynch's cool, calm 007 demeanor about the cap. What?
Right. No. Most definitely, Ronbo. Well, I know I'm gonna be quick because I know you're already tired, man. I've been seeing you on all Super Bowl and stuff like that. But this is the first this is the Super Bowl I can remember that no anxiety, no stress, man. I was just like, I just want to watch.
Yeah, just relax and watch.
Yep. Right, you can relax, eat good food. We had some tri-tip, we barbecued a little bit. We had, some Spanish rice. We were living the life, Ronbo. It was really good. But no, Ronbo. The only thing I'm upset about, Ronbo, honestly, just the inconsistency with the league. I understand it's not the same refs, but. Like the whole mantra where they say, well, we don't want to be involved in the game. We don't want to be the people to determine the game. But they literally determine this game. I'm not going to say that the Bucs wouldn't have won, but they made it a lot easier for them to win.
Absolutely.
Or at least perceive the blowout. Mm-hmm. And like what Manor Mike said, even regardless of Jimmy G, I think Jimmy G would have won that game regardless. With them flags were so detrimental to Kansas City this game that they couldn't even move the ball, and they looked like a shell of themselves. And Mahomes didn't. I mean, Mahomes was throwing some good. I'm not gonna lie. When that end zone play, he was throwing some good, and they couldn't catch it or whatever. But still, Ronbo, like the fact that it's like the inconsistency with this league, last year they didn't want to call anything because again, like they said,
They don't want to
it's
determine the
playoffs.
game.
You know, they're gonna get right. We don't want to determine the game. We don't want to ruin it for anybody. But this year they're gonna go ahead and call every holding call, and we knew that. And it was funny because the announcer Tony Romo was like, "Well, you know, Kansas City they like to hold a little bit," and it's like, yeah, we know the Niner fans has been.
I know.
Right, Niner fans have been telling y'all this for the last year that this is what this team does bad. Ask around, man. We were witnessing them cheat us that entire. And yes, I don't want to say I don't want to blame it on the refs, whatever. But
I know, Rashay, but you know what? I think they heard about that, and I think they made an adjustment, maybe on the strength of that, maybe.
Oh no, Ronbo, 100%. I promise you, I think the entire coaching staff of the Buccaneers are probably like, hey man, can you look at these guys and watch them hold, please? Like, look at their team and what they do specifically. They hold a lot. They like to grab jerseys. And it came into fruition in this game, man, what everybody was complaining about in that last Super Bowl. And it just sucks because, yes, I wanted the Chiefs to lose this year, but I didn't want it to lose
be
off
like
the
that.
refs of the way they cheated us from years prior. Like that to me, that just doesn't feel good because I'm just like, yeah, I wanted the Chiefs to lose, but, bro, to see how they're calling penalties, but we couldn't get a damn call last year. Sucks,
And Shay, to your point, we could be next. Okay, it is scary, the inconsistency. You're right about it. Oh, so true.
Right, and I just feel cheated, man. I really do feel like the Bucs are hoisting Lombardi that the 49ers should have won, only if officiating was equal on both parts. That's it. That's all I'm asking for, man. And it really does suck. As a 49ers fan, we could have 6 right now, but because the NFL is so inconsistent how they want to base things or rule on the last game of the year, the most important game of the year, it just sucks, man. But I know
Shay, certain things will actually move the NFL toward Andy Reid. The Chiefs haven't won anything since 50 years. They won Super Bowl 4, and the table is set.
Right.
The Chiefs finally got back to Super Bowl. Well, hell, 49ers got 5 rings. They don't need this one. Let's see if we can make sure the Chiefs win. So don't call any holding penalties or anything like that. Oh, you guys.
Exactly, Ronbo. But I know we got to go, Ronbo. But shout out to my TNT guys, Ronbo. Thank you. John Lynch, too. He got something up his sleeve, Ronbo. We'll see the offseason. I trust the front office. Only thing is the Bucs hit on 2 good picks, right? They got Tristan Wirfs and Anton Winfield, the safety in the backfield, that held it down for them this game. That's all I want in the draft, Ronbo. I just want 2 decent first and second picks that can just produce
impact
for the 49ers. That's it.
Yep.
That's all I'm asking.
All right. Not asking too much.
All right, Ronbo.
So. All right, fam.
Exactly. Not asking too much. All right, Ronbo, you take it easy. You have a good one, brother.
All right,
See you on
fam.
tomorrow for Monday Night Raw.
Looking forward to it.
All right, no
Night,
problem.
Shay. Say hey to O'Neal. Hey, O'Neal. All right, fam. Night. Emilio.
Yo, what's going on?
Emilio, man, we just got it'd be saying too much to say we got revenge because we didn't do it. But it is nice to see what went wrong last year with the officiating. Like Shay says, them inconsistent blah blah sons of blah 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 blah. Last year they refused to make them calls. This year, for some reason nobody can figure out, they decided to make calls, and Kansas City got spotlighted, exposed, and an ass whooping. They scored 9 points. Ain't no way in the world anybody thought Kansas City wasn't going to score any more than 9 points. Nobody stepped in the end zone, and they got beat for 4 quarters, and I love it. Emilio, you're feeding on this Super Bowl because I always love your insights on these things. And why is John Lynch so cool about his cap? But go ahead.
Yeah. So when they did get in the end zone, they just called it back because they're cheaters. Hey, we were coloring last year. Oh, you guys, they cheated. This. Oh, you guys just are crying. Oh, I didn't know how it feels because I got a buddy, one of my coworkers. He's a Chiefs fan.
Mm-hmm.
So, he didn't gloat last year. He's like, oh, we won. Hey, told me good game. I said, all right, I'll take it. So we're just watching this game, and he texts me. He was like, well, there's like 3 minutes left in the game. He's like, you know what? F this game, I'm going to bed.
Call him back, Emilio. Don't let him sleep. Wake him up.
No, I hit him up, but I said, oh, at least I said, no, stay up. Keep watching the game. Now you know how I felt last year. I said, you don't forget it. I'm done. I'm turning it off. I said, what? Now you know how I felt.
My brother Kenny's a Chiefs fan. He won't answer his phone. That's all right. You know what? All these people got to answer, Emilio. Get him tomorrow. This is like, we went through this last year, their turn. That boy.
Yeah, I know.
And nobody wanted to listen to us, Emilio. We complained about the officiating. Nobody wants. Man, you 40 whiners, man. Y'all, every time you lose a game, it's everybody's fault but your team. Oh, man, okay. Fine.
No, it was clear as day. Even a couple people I seen, someone else came out and said, yeah, they were holding. They didn't do nothing about it. And then I heard some of the announcers now. I was like, why do they keep calling these calls? Let them play. I'm like, dude, I get it just to let them play. But if you're going to let them play, do it for both sides. Don't pick and choose what side you want to do it to. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. If you're going to let one team hold, you got to let the other team hold. Not pick and choose who you want to let them hold. Let it fair game. If you're going to call one call, don't call it. If you're going to call one. Just make it even.
And Milo, last year, I was hoping that our offensive line coach would instruct our guys to hold and see if we get a flag or not. I really did. I said, oh, man, what if they're going to hold? Why don't we hold?
No, they did, but they got called back on it. Remember the whole Kittle call, the touchdown he scored. They called it back. So it's just like I said, it's the whole want to pick and choose who you want to let get away with it. Like I said, it shouldn't be like that. If you're gonna call flags on one team, call them on both teams. Don't just say okay just because you
give you advantage.
To do it that way.
You give the advantage of the team. Now you're cheating for the other guys. That ain't right. That's fine.
Hey, all the Chiefs fans like Patrick Mahomes, boy, now I know how it feels. We kept saying y'all cheating, they were cheating, and now, hey, you're not nowhere to be found. At least we came on here and said, hey, we lost, they won, they won. And they can't even come on here.
And we're still looking for Eddie Ramirez. So, it's like, I got
they'll pop up eventually.
It's going to take a while. But I hope they know we ain't going to forget. I can't wait till they come back. All the Hawks fans,
we're
we
not
ain't
going to
seen them.
forget because the same thing that happened with them with Seattle. When Seattle fans would come in, we won the Super Bowl. Yeah, what happened the next year? And you haven't been back since. So, hey, that's it. Everybody has your 1 year. Everybody has your moment, but it's going to lose.
You don't get carried away talking trash.
Back to reality.
That's right.
So,
I'm telling you, man, I'm loving it. Well, Emilio, I'm going to go and pass out. So I'll tell you what, you get a chance. I'll be looking for you tomorrow, okay?
Yeah, well, all right. I'll holler at you later. This was good, like I said. Didn't really care for neither team, but hey, I was just glad the Chiefs couldn't come on here and get away with all that BS they had going on.
You got to pick a loser.
Yeah, no, you have a good night.
You too, fam. Night. See, because I use too much energy laughing at the Chiefs, man. I ain't never been this out of gas before. I'm really out of it now. I still got to laugh. Tyrann Mathieu was making me laugh the hardest. Did you see him at the halftime? Who was he talking to? He was running off the field, crying and talking. And then the Tyreek Hill moment with Winfield Jr. This game, it's nothing but pure comedy. Oh, God. Hey, fam, I'm going to go get a whole lot to eat. I think about calories is what they think. And I'll see you tomorrow night for Raw, where we can really whoop it up. And talk about, we'll see what's going on in the news tomorrow. I got a feeling it's going to be fun to watch the news, the sports. The next dynasty, my ass. Wait, I got to holler out, don't I? Fam, I love you. Thanks for the contribution tonight, fam. Give me some light. No!